Hello, everybody. I believe we're on. Audio's working. Did a quick, fast, cold open here. We're just going to do a couple of things. I want to say a few things before we start tonight's game of Keep on the Borderlands. We got the crew here, and I'm excited. But I feel like we need to address the elephant in the room. I actually did a similar statement yesterday when we had Spelljammer Light of Xerxes. And I want to talk about the OGL because I don't want to make a video on it, and I'm going to refrain from making a video. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know any of that stuff, but I do have some opinions, and I feel like can't really start a stream without saying something, especially a D&D stream. I watched Critical Role, one of the rare times I did on Thursday night last week when a lot of news was breaking about the OGL, and it was kind of like I said, the elephant in the room. Like, they didn't address it, and I know they made a statement afterwards, but I felt like it was weird to watch a D&D stream and everybody was talking about the same thing in the comments. So I just want to say a couple things. So here we go. First off, the OGL is kind of it's disheartening, it's concerning, and I want to talk more about what's going to happen on this channel. All of you, especially these people here, you're my friends. You've known me for a long time. Throughout my entire gaming life, I've always been a promoter of the independent community. In fact, for the last 16 years, I've run our gaming club in New York here, Battle for Salvation, which focuses mostly on the independent tournament community. So, recently here with Tabletop Bob, I've done the same thing. I really do feel like the third party and the independent community bolsters these games that we play. So what's happening with the OGL, the open game license, is kind of, like I said, disheartening. I'm not going to go through what the OGL is. You probably all know it, or if you don't, you can Google it. I'm also going to put some resources down below in the link so you can check out some of the things that I'm talking about. But regarding the new OGL in this channel, the OGL is not finalized. In fact, there was a new statement out today, which is maybe even more confusing. But neither are my thoughts then, right? My thoughts are not finalized on it. So we're going to keep doing D&D here on the channel. We're doing Spelljammer, Keep on the Borderlands. We have the upcoming Tomb of Horrors. Those projects are going to continue. If in the future we don't do Dungeons & Dragons as much or not at all or whatever it is, well, then we'll make that decision then. The content we create here is not covered by the OGL. Many people have asked me, like, oh, what are you going to do with your channel? This is the fan content policy. So we can stream and do all that stuff and it doesn't get affected by the OGL. But even though we are unaffected, I do support the larger independent gaming community, and therefore will showcase third-party publishers as often as I can, which I've been doing in the past through live plays, reviews, discussions. And it's not my job to talk about what you should do, right? You make your own decisions up, but I'm just going to let you know, you're watching my channel, this is what I've done. I've canceled my D&D subscription. I know a lot of people have done so, and I think that's what's kind of forcing Wizards of the Coast to kind of rethink the OGL. It's rumored that maybe like 40,000 plus people have done so. However, we are still going to be using D&D Beyond in our current campaigns because we have all our characters there, all our shared content, and at this point, we don't have the time to pivot, especially for this game and for Spelljammer, right? We're in the final stages, or so we've been for quite some time. You also might notice that in the overlay here below, I've got a D&D, Open D&D logo. I signed the public petition to Open D&D. This is going to be standard on all my D&D streams for the time being. There's a link down below already with the Open D&D website. Has a open letter that you could sign. There's plenty of people there. You can find my name as well. The group has a lot of resources available, can explain this entire conflict in great detail. We're going to keep telling stories, everybody. We're going to do it the way we do it. Mechanics dice, they're just tools, right? They're for us to tell our stories. So even though Wizards of the Coast owns D&D, really D&D is for all of us. So I think that's the way we're going with it for right now. And like I said, this is a fluid event going on, right? It's ongoing. So if things change, then we'll let you know. But for right now, we're going to continue on with our stories. Now, get all that boring stuff out of the way. I told you there's a surprise for tonight for the game. You want to see it?
Absolutely.
Let's go.
All right, awesome. Here we go. So I've got a really cool video. I figured, with Spelljammer ending next week and with Keep on the Borderlands, we've been in the final stages for about 30 episodes. I feel like now's the time to update the introduction. So enjoy, everybody. I hope this works.
Me and Eric.
Big fan.
Big fan. We love
that
Tree
was
Hermit.
awesome.
There it is, everybody. I figured let's put something more epic in the front of everything. And pictures from this classic module are so cool. The art and just kind of it gives you that old school feel. So I figured we do that. Just leading up to to each one, right? Each adventure now is going to have that at the front of it. What are your thoughts, everybody? You like it?
Love it.
Yeah, love it.
Love it.
I kind
When
of
you just show the highlights. It really it lets us shine.
I kind of thought about putting some clips in there, but without sound, we just look like we're just laughing like idiots. So anyway,
that's what we look like with sound. So
very true, very, very true. Okay, so everyone, we're here for Keep on the Borderlands, and we're excited to play. Oh my gosh, so much going on here on the channel. But Spelljammer, as I mentioned, kind of in that initial statement here, it's over soon. I mean, they're at the point. The finale is next week. That was a quick campaign. It was short, but CJ's done a great job, and we are finishing it up on the 24th, and then the 31st will be our after the final roll for that, where we discuss the entire campaign, and then February is going to lead us to Call of Cthulhu. So really, if you haven't done so already, subscribe. Make sure you hit notifications. You're not going to want to miss what's coming up here on the channel. And keep on the Borderlands. I mean, we are, as I've been saying, close to the end. So how we doing, everybody? How we doing tonight? Good?
Very good.
Yes.
Feeling good. Feeling good.
Welcome.
It's another, balmy January day in New York. It's 50 degrees outside, like a typical January in New
I
York.
stopped to get a milkshake on the way home. It was so warm out.
Iced coffee. I mean, how January works in New York.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't it feel strange when you get outside and you're like, oh my God, I don't need this jacket.
I don't need to defrost my car for 30 minutes before I drive to work so I can see.
Really doesn't help
Really
the
true.
sweating when you're cutting down those trees.
Yeah,
That's true.
exactly.
That is true. The lumberjacking at 50 degrees, it really should be a brisk 27, right?
I know. I hate the weather change, and I always think winter is like well, I know I'm weird for this, but I think winter's the best. I actually really like winter. I like feeling warm after being cold.
I don't think that's weird at all, actually, but okay.
Okay, good. I think a lot of people hate winter, but I actually really like it. What are our favorite seasons? What do you got here, John? You're a winter person, it sounds like?
No, I'm definitely a fall person, but in the winter vein, summer is definitely my least favorite. Now, time is interesting, but temperature-wise, I'm a sweaty man, and summer doesn't quite work. So fall, jeans and a t-shirt, that's my weather.
Love jeans and a t-shirt. Only thing better is sweatpants and a t-shirt.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to that point yet. Give me a couple years.
That's my go-to nowadays. Sweatpants and a t-shirt. In fact, it's what I'm wearing right now.
Legacy of COVID.
Yeah. What about you, Jeff? Are you a summer guy?
It depends on what part of the country you're in.
New York, normal. Where you live currently?
Here in New York, the fall is the best because no place in the country I've ever been does the whole holiday season from October to New Year's the way that New York City does. It's special.
Yeah.
Where I grew up in Arizona, in the deserts around Phoenix, the best time of year I think is late spring when the cactus flowers are blooming and you get some rain and everything greens up.
I guess it would
so
really
it's very
make
dependent on where you are.
Yeah, as I say, it really does make a difference where you are, right? Some places it's just
absolutely.
the same climate all year round. So interesting. What about you, Tim?
I'm a big fall guy, like John said. I look great in flannel, first of all. It's also the best season for camping. You know, like I can hike all day in shorts, and then when it's time to go to bed, I'm wearing a sweatshirt.
You
and
look
sweats.
great in anything, Tim.
Honestly, I don't
True.
disagree with you.
Wow.
I'm glad you said it first, but I agree. I look great in everything I wear, so thank you.
Oh,
And I'm
Good
incredibly
morning.
modest.
You look
So
marvelous.
he's incredibly modest. Yes. Nate, we got a Buffalo Bills T-shirt on. I know you're from upstate.
Yeah. If I'm picking a favorite season, well, first off, go Bills. If I'm picking a favorite season, it's actually, despite the sweatiness, I gotta say summer. Yeah, I mean, but that's mainly because of the length of day. And
I see
I
that.
love being outside in the green. I do. And I mean, that being said, though, I got to live in an area with 4 seasons. By the time that third, fourth month of whatever season you're in is rolling around, you're like, I'm ready. We got to change. And I really like that. But I like being outside. I like all the things I would really, really enjoy doing. The exception here, happen outside. So
I mean, summer is awesome because there's no lumberjacking to do, and
yeah, that too.
you know, it's great
It's
for a lot of
it'd be
reasons. but-
much too sweaty for lumberjacking.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
I
tried to
sweat while
lumberjack through
lumberjacking
the
in the
summer.
winter. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Mm.
Although to be fair, a lot of lumberjacks still, got a lumberjack through the summer.
I used to lumberjack year round.
Yeah, it's no good at all.
Yeah.
No good at all.
And Chris, we would be the fans would be upset if we didn't ask you what's your favorite season.
Well, I don't know what seasons you guys are talking about around here, but on the balmy Connecticut coast, there's only 2 seasons. We have like 6 weeks of fall, like in January, and then we have 10 terrible months of dreadful Africa summer. It's like the worst. It starts like on April 1st, and then it gets dreadful from like June till November.
That does not account for the full year.
Man, Connecticut's
on earth?
hold on.
Wait, can we check his
Like
back?
left out
Connecticut
entire
is
months.
Connecticut
What
must be real
realm Are
different.
you in?
Yeah.
I don't know. There is no fall here, and there is no spring. Summer starts like April 1st.
You're in the
And
wrong part of Connecticut, my
it
guy.
lasts.
Recency bias over here.
I don't
You gotta
know.
Think about
Near
like
a wormhole.
6 months ago. Like
You know what? The chat actually might be agreeing with you. Grim Gary says Connecticut's literally a dry, wet, only dry, wet seasons. That's
Yeah.
it. So it's you go from
I
complete
think
dryness to
part of
complete
I
wet.
think Chris lives in Brigadoon, Connecticut.
I do.
Wow.
I
Well,
think he's there all the time.
you know what? Do you know what season we're entering in Keep on the Borderlands? Anybody remember this? Because this actually was a point of information, I think, in the beginning of the campaign.
The season of doom.
The season of chaos.
is summer over? Are we
I have
entering?
notes. Maybe
You
I
were in
said-
fall. It was starting to get chillier. So it's been. I think it's funny because the way the adventuring day goes. Sometimes we could be in a cave for a couple sessions, and that's real life a month or two. But in game, I think it's only been like 4 days or 5, not even 4, at the most 5 days since you were kicked out of the keep. So it's been
Yeah.
quick. So, but it's the fall. It is the fall time. So we're getting towards the winter season.
How long has it been since Dead Man's Pass all those days ago?
Dead Man's Pass was the end of the summer, beginning of fall, and that I don't know. we need to go back and do a log. But
So
yeah,
a year and a half has been like what, 4 hours of game time?
yeah, basically,
Something like that.
yeah, something like that.
It's just like fall in Connecticut.
Yes, it's fall. That was good. All right, so we're going to start the game. Everyone, I think a couple people are asking, because I think with your experience on your character sheets, we know John leveled up, so we're going to be rolling John's hit points. And I think some people are asking, are those correct? Is that experience updated correct in your character sheets in the link? And if so, tell us how close you are. Chris?
Let me count here. It's so close that I have to actually count because it matters now.
It matters.
We're in striking range. I am 62 to 462 experience away from Fireball.
Countdown to boom.
Say the number again.
462.
461 experience is what you're going to get.
I saw that coming.
It's perfect. It worked
I
out
lied. Thank you. I need 461.
perfectly.
I knew you were gonna do that.
Yes, yes.
Let's go to Nate, who is our other 4th level vet.
562. 100 behind him.
100 behind him. Gotcha. Then I think next up would be Tim. You are far off from 5th level, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not even close. Let's see. I am like halfway. I'm at 4,467 out of 6,500. So I got a while.
That's not
Six-
terrible
that is-
considering
6 to 8
Yeah.
months.
you only leveled a couple of sessions ago, right?
I was at 4,500.
A couple was pretty generous. Yeah, it's been a little bit, but
He's been 3 sessions, I believe. You leveled the first one of this year, right?
well, time's a flat circle. I have no idea what anything
Okay.
is. So yeah, sure.
There we go. Then John, you have leveled up, just leveled up to level 4, so we'll be rolling your hit points in just a second. And Jeff, how close are you?
He's at 2,417 out of 2,700, so just shy of 300 points short. I'm only because Scory died real soon after Sasori. Sorry.
Scory, Sasori, who knows?
After Sasori got petrified, I'm only maybe 500-600 points behind you.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I'm currently at 2734. I just
Oh,
crossed.
so I'm 300 points behind.
Yeah, I think
Well,
there's
yeah,
only one episode in between Karg's entrance and Skeggy's.
Yeah.
I think it was literally one full episode in between. So,
Yeah.
okay, cool. So we're there. All right. So everybody, last time you cleared most of the Hobgoblin Cave and you defeated the Skin Flayer, and it was by the skin of your own teeth. You were able to escape. You, Mohag, the prisoners who you let go beforehand, the humans who were headed back to the keep, they had all escaped. The kobolds, they escaped, and you headed back to the kobold lair. In our post-game discussion, we had talked about the idea of crafting. Now, I know Chris has been dying to craft a wand of magic missile, but some of recent events might have changed that. You found the wand of petrification, or excuse me, paralysis. And so that kind of seems to be the offensive wand that the group has. And I think everybody collectively said we wanted to do a wand of cure wounds, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hieronymus votes against it, but
Yes, exactly.
that's just his statement.
I have
Sitting there like this.
I have an article actually that I'm going to be posting in the description here from Flute Salute, Jordan and Opal, friend of the channel here. They have a website where they post quite a bit of D&D articles. It's basically their blog, their website. They do a lot of D&D content on there, and they also have the channel Flute Salute, which obviously Jordan and both Opal have been on our channel before, and we've talked about it. But they had something really cool a while back that I had noticed about crafting magic items and giving those items a sort of a flaw, a quirk or something like that. So I have the list here. I'm going to post it in, and these are basically unexpected characteristics that could manifest in an item that's crafted, especially from a group like us where we're not really, your characters aren't professional crafters. You are using the wand book that you found from the Raven's Nest, and you're kind of using that as your blueprint, but you're making this basically in the wilderness. You're not doing it in like a workshop. You don't have everything perfect. So we decided we're gonna give you the option. Your item's gonna have a quirk. They're usually nothing too big. It's like role-playing things. Even the flaws that are on here, which you might end up getting one, is minor. It's a minor flaw. It's just something that maybe be kind of like a nuisance sometimes and kind of add to the role-play flavor. And if you roll well, which I'll show you what we're gonna do, you might get some perks. We're also using a modified version of the Xanathar's Guide rules. So, Chris, do you want to explain, because you had kind of spearheaded this idea, do you want to explain generally what the group is going to be doing over the next couple of days?
So we decided we're going to go to Knott's Cave. That's the closest area where we can safely and privately craft this thing that we're working together. And we're working together as a group to do this. So the spellcasters are going to combine their magical ability. We're going to actually craft the wand out of this is Hieronymus's vote, out of that staff that we found from that dude that almost killed us, that magic dude, where Hieronymus got the scrolls from. So we can whittle that down into a wand, and we have some gemstones that we're all carrying. Like Hieronymus has that necklace that he picked up off those rats with the citrines on it, so we can use a gemstone off that. And so like maybe one of our non-spellcasters can do the handiwork of crafting this wand while we work together to make this happen. And all of us combining our efforts, magical and non-magical, into making this thing happen. We're gonna, as a group, make this wand of love.
Is that what we're gonna call it? The love wand?
Yeah, baby, the love wand.
I'll throw out
I'm
there.
not sure how much Karg wants to be forced the love wand upon him.
Hieronymus is gonna make sure that it's got some flames on it, though. There's gonna be little flames inscribed.
Oh,
The love wand of flame.
hot love. There we go.
The hot love wand. Yes.
So-
Skeggy is proficient with jeweler's tools, by the way.
Nice.
That could work.
That
Yeah.
helps.
Yeah. And basically, I want this to be more of a narrative experience. I don't want it to be like, we got to make sure, we check off all these boxes, because that doesn't matter to me. But I like this.
Yeah.
So, Skeggy, you could absolutely be part of the crafting side of it. Chris, I assume you're going to be part of the magic.
Yeah, and using
doing
Hieronymus's gnomish tinker ability, we can combine that with Skeggy's crafting or jewel crafting to really make this inlaid and cool. Maybe
Sure.
you have gears.
Sure, absolutely. I would be okay with if somebody was imbuing the magic, if that was your part in this, to use your spell casting ability, not necessarily Arcana, because like for Tim, Wisdom is your thing, so Arcana might not be as high as it should be to craft this, but you can decide what you're going to do. But here's how I want to run. I have a little, this is old school, baby. So I got a little notes here. So here's what's going to happen. Over the course of the next 3 days, you're going to be traveling to Knott's Cave, getting your rest in, gathering items, supplies, things you might need, and crafting this wand. During this montage, you're going to be making some checks. I'm actually happy to have you make whatever check you feel is appropriate, whether it's a spellcasting check, whether it's a tool check, whatever it would be. But I've got a couple of different thresholds that you might be able to pass here. So I'm setting the DCs for this, and this is totally just, again, for the perks, for the quirks and the flaws. This has nothing to do with the actual item. We're also foregoing the cost of the item because we're using those special things that we found, the staff, and we're using the citrines, so we're actually, the cost of those items is actually going to be more than what it would have cost if you were to go back to the keep, sell your items, and pay for something. So I'm actually okay with this because you're using your wealth to do it. So here's what's going to happen. The baseline DC is going to be 12. If you get a 12, it counts as a success, and that's good. If you get a 16, then we're gonna keep track of this number here. It's gonna be a +1, okay? And then if you get a 20, another increase of 4, it'll be +3, okay? So that'll be a number that you're gonna accrue. Each of you is gonna do a check. So in theory, if you all get a 20 or higher, talking about a 15, right? If you fail the check, it's gonna be a -1. So if you fail a 12, it's a -1. If you fail it by 5, it's gonna be -3. Now, even with a -5, we're talking about to fail a 12, you'd have to roll like a 7, and that's pretty hard to do. You'd have to roll like a nat 1 or 2 with some of your skills, basically, right? So it's not going to be too bad. It would be like really if you roll a nat 1 or 2. Anyway, these are skill checks, even if you're using your arcane casting ability. And yeah, so that's how it's going to work. And if you get a altogether total of +4, you're going to get a perk. You're going to get a quirk no matter what, because you're making this in, like I said, the wilderness. I might throw an additional quirk if you don't get to the 4. And then if you get at only a +1 or less, you're going to have a flaw. It's going to be awesome.
If
so
we max this
excited.
out, can it be a wand of fireballs?
If you get all natural 20s, sure. It could be a
wand of fireball.
It could be a wand of magic missile, a fireball, keel. You choose. All nat 20s, 5 nat 20s. Maybe that's. What are the odds?
It's a Vorpal wand of magic fireball.
Yeah.
So
the target you really want is a 4, because that'll give you a perk, and some of these things are pretty cool.
All right, let's do
and
this.
some of these perks may not be applicable. We'll tweak it and we'll make our own perk if we need to. Again, this is more trying to figure out what would be cool for this wand. Okay, so
Bob, just so we know, I think it'd be a 0.00031. I think my calculator rounded percent chance.
Never tell me the
3125.
odds.
So just a little low.
I think this is really
There's
cool.
a chance.
I think it's, it shows this group kind of working together. We've bled together, now we craft together.
I love it.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Who's rolling with you, Hieronymus?
Well, I think
You're all rolling. You all have to
all doing
participate.
Everybody gets to come up with a skill that they can.
Exactly.
Am I level 4 by the time I start rolling?
Oh yeah, you are, and we have to do your hit
yeah,
points. So
do
let's
that.
do that first, and then we have to role play getting to the cave real quick. All right, so let's switch over to our Roll20 screen here. Here we go. John, what's your con bonus?
2.
2. Okay, so rolling your d12.
2 on a d12. Yep. Wow, these are so nervous.
Come on. Yeah.
That just happened.
Wow, it's a 12, everybody.
Oh.
It's a 12 official.
Look
That
at
is
it.
group karma finally
my
coming back
God.
around.
Yes.
Let's go. Oh my
Let's
God! Wait,
go.
what does this
What, you're
do?
almost 50 hit points?
Oh, it's amazing.
What's
Oh
your
my
hit point?
God.
What's your hit point total? With added a 14 to it.
So I was at 31, so I become 45.
Wow.
Oh my God! Oh my gosh!
Ooh.
It's the greatest thing that's ever happened to John.
When Barrick first saw this little thing, he definitely didn't think he was about to be way stronger than him.
God, my
He is
wildest
the way in
dreams.
the front lines.
Wow.
He is the round hound of rebound.
Hey, think about how much damage I took last round. Like you got to get calluses and scars to be able to take more damage in the future.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's impressive.
Thank God.
That's
Have
great.
you ever rolled below average on hit points?
Wow.
I'd have to go back and think about it. I feel like I had one bad roll, but no, they've been exceptional.
Good.
Yeah, the
Someone
D12 has
deserves it.
worked for me. Sorry, how many nat ones have you had?
Well, Scory particularly was plagued by them.
Yeah, I know.
That was
Oh,
impressive, John. So yeah,
Yeah, I did so much to make that happen.
and
I
since
feel-
you did just level, can you tell everybody what you did with this new level? What you gained?
Yeah, so at level 4, I chose the, ability score didn't make a lot of sense for me. I have a lot of even
Yeah.
numbers, and, strength is 16, strength is dex, con is 14. I kind of felt like it'd be more fun, especially with the changes Karg is going through, to take a feat. And I did take a feat. And Karg is definitely feeling lucky for having taken a feat. And definitely feels as if things are turning Karg's way.
Kind of really turned for you when you were all kicked out of the keep. You gained some significant power over the last couple of
5
days.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
some things are very
It
addictive.
was all, it was all Scory. Scory was holding you back. The rest of you.
Some might say you might have even been blessed. Depends on your outlook on life.
Hyperius.
Yeah, some people, or other.
Maybe by
Someone else
Hyperius,
might
maybe by other entities. Who knows?
Furious.
You've been blessed. All right, so our
Certainly
special.
feeling fun and chaotic.
Yes, you are. I'm also just forgot. I'm putting the Flute Salute article into the chat. I'll put it into the description below. Again, we're using that perks, quirks, and flaws. That's one of these like optional homebrew rules. And yes, we're gonna do it our way. So here we go. You're leaving the Kobold Cave, hoping to come back within a few days and have a brand new wand. How are you getting to Knott's Cave? Are you going straight through the Whispering Woods?
Can you pop the map up for us?
It
Yeah,
was
yeah, I can
straight
pop that
west, right? That's what I would do.
It was straight west, yeah. Let me actually bring my map up. And I could switch it for you.
And so, just so we know, we're traveling with the same status we were. And we didn't go back and rest. We're going straight to Knott's Cave.
Well, you
no,
could
we went back to the Kobold Cave. We should go rest up.
you can
Definitely.
take your full rest in the long rest in the Kobold Cave and then head out, right? You know, you can head
Yes.
out in the next day. But
Just wanted to make sure. I wanted
Yeah.
to make sure we got some
Can
stuff
we,
back.
Ironimus wants to take a little while to scribe those spells into his spell book before.
yeah, you could do that during your long rest. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
The
so
scrolls
take
from
a
the
look.
Hobgoblin Shaman?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't want them sitting around unscribed, just in case.
Right.
Do you have the gold, or do you want to borrow some?
I got some.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, so the caves are up here, right? This is where the caves are. So you're headed this way to Knott's Cave, which is right here.
Okay. So we took a long rest at the Kobold Cave before we headed out.
Yeah, you could
correct?
take a long rest. That's fine. Yeah, I know everybody was like, I mean, some of you went down.
A lot of people were a little chopped up.
Yeah, very little low hit points. Mohag was also at like 3 hit points, so he needed a rest.
Oh, is he coming with us?
It's up to you. I mean, he wouldn't leave you. He wouldn't want to leave you right now. He's not going to want to stay in the Kobold Cave, that's for sure.
Maybe we should keep him there to assert our dominance. Do we want Mohag to come with us?
I don't think he does any harm being with us. I don't think he's particularly helpful crafting a wand, but he's not like the worst person to have.
I mean, you take some experience, but we have an option. So I was just asking.
Well, he's going to come with you. I mean, he does not want to stay by himself. That's for
he's
sure.
a part of our group. We gotta bring
Yeah.
him with us.
Yeah,
I just-
I'm in.
You can murder him, but that'd be up to you.
We're not. We only murder children that are like goblinoid-esque.
Wow.
No, we don't. We don't murder middle-aged people.
No.
Okay. Where does D&D Beyond keep track of hit dice?
Under the short rest tab, there's
Yeah.
check boxes for each one.
Okay, but we take a long rest, so
But
You
you
get
don't
one hit
you
die
don't
back
gain
for
hit
longer.
points back like Flora. So you should probably just take a short rest every time, and then just refresh your spells, or take the long rest, but know where your hit points are and change it one way or the other. As long as you know where you're at in terms of hit dice, you should be fine.
And you get hit die back equal to your proficiency bonus or con bone or level when you
I'm just going to do
long
it.
rest. How does that work? Bob?
Yep. Yeah. For every hit dice, you get your con bonus.
There you go.
So if you spend
No,
one
no.
hit dice, you get
You
your
get
con
them
bonus.
back on a long rest.
One per long rest, right?
Oh, you mean the hit
Half
dice?
Your level.
One per level per long rest.
The hit dice, you gain half of your hit dice back at the end of a long
Yeah.
rest.
Got it. That was it.
Thanks. Yep.
Yeah.
Not up to max here.
But there's literally no under. You have to go under short rest to do
It's
that.
under short rest. There should be check boxes for each one.
Yeah.
So do you check them if you've used them, or if you haven't used them? Check
Whatever
them
you remember.
I think you check them if you use them. I think
Whatever
everything is
works.
check if you use. Yeah.
Okay. That's another place where I like the Roll20 sheet better.
Yeah, it is a little more granular in that sense, where you could really just itemize things you're doing.
Touch,
But-
you can just put your hands
Yeah,
on.
D&D Beyond wanted it to be a one-click thing that if you don't do the whole process the way it normally is, then it doesn't do it right. Okay, so you're headed to Knott's Cave, and this is a trip you've taken now multiple times. You've been to Knott's Cave a few times now. You climb up that steep cliff face to get to the entrance of the cave. Upon quick inspection, you notice that there's still that foul odor from the decaying manticore that was in there originally. Probably just in general the dirtiness of it, but there's no enemies in it. You've cleared it of sturges. You've cleared it of you cleared it of many things before, but you go in and it's empty, and it's left mostly in the same way that you left it a few days ago, maybe like 3 or 4 days ago when you came from the keep, because you stayed there for one night. There's the smashed statue of Nilissa that I think Barrick, that was one of you had an outburst, right? I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I know she's her and Hyperius would not be. They wouldn't get along, right? They're enemies.
Correct. They are not.
So
Yeah, they're not allied in their.
that was,
in
I
their
think, where I
pantheon.
accessed some rage against her.
Okay, so I moved over to Knott's Cave so everybody can see. All right, I am gonna actually just put us here. Actually, to be honest, I'm gonna switch us over to the non-roll 20. I guess I need a roll 20 screen because we're gonna be doing rolls for the skill check. But okay, so let's start off with the first part of the crafting. Here is the building of the wand itself. So who's gonna be participating in the building? I know Jeff, you volunteered before. What do you want to use, Jeff?
What?
I'm happy to.
Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't be horrible at it.
But
Okay.
just to be clear, is everybody only going to get to participate in one activity in this process?
Yeah, one activity, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so I just throw that out there because the casters may need to save their participation for the casting sections.
Counting on it.
All right, I'll not build.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut your legs up.
You could, Nate.
No,
it's
no.
just
I just don't know the answer.
I think I have ideas about what I could do. I don't know if
Why
I
don't we-
need it in building.
Tell
I
me.
have two ideas.
tell me.
Well, so I mean, one, I train a Hyperius to help us with this enchanting, and to help me continue on his path
Ooh.
of ridding the world of the evil.
Oh, I like that. So you'd be actually communing with,
Yeah.
or attempting to commune with Hyperius to almost bless the wand or the creation of the wand.
Yes.
Okay. You had two options. That's one, or two ideas.
Or I would go out into nature and try to find materials that would help us in the building and crafting.
You know what? I think I really like the first one just because of
Okay, great.
how unique it is compared to the rest of what I think they're going to do.
Plus,
So-
there's a lot of healing, so
Yeah, I think it does fit here. So now, religion is based on intelligence. However, I think it would be appropriate to swap the ability score here to wisdom.
Charisma.
Unless-
Not for me.
Oh no, you're a paladin. Excuse me. No, charisma. Yes,
Wait, can I just use religion?
you can, but wouldn't you? Is your intelligence really high?
Yes, actually, weirdly, that was the.
Oh.
We're rolled decently in intelligence. I have a +4 to religion.
Oh, okay. Well, then you can use straight intelligence as it's meant to be. What is your charisma then?
+3.
So if you swap intelligence and charisma, you'd have a +5.
Oh, like I get to use charisma with my proficiency in religion.
Exactly, and that's actually
then
in
yeah.
that's actually in the
Sure.
main player's handbook. That's actually allowed. Depending on the
Yeah.
application of the skill, it is allowed. Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah. Oh, definitely then. Yeah, +5.
Okay.
Um,
So why don't we start off with a prayer? And Barrick, tell us what you ask of Hyperius. Nice. Look at that.
all right. Sorry. So I'd go outside, look up at the sun, and take it in at its brightest, which I don't usually do if I can, and I'd ask Hyperius, my God, the risen one. I am once again asking for your guidance, your help to guide me along the path of ending the evil that has shown itself in these caves and in the keep. Help us craft a weapon that will keep us fighting through the darkness, so I can bring your light where we go. And I'll bask in his sunlight for a while, meditating.
I'd imagine you do this like at the mouth of the cave as the sun is setting or rising.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I guess it would be a 17. I don't know if that matters.
Well, the numbers were 12 in increments of 4, so 12, 16, and 20.
Sweet.
So that's a success, and that's a +1. So right now the tally is at 1 for the group.
nice.
Okay. Ultimately, if you can get to 4, you would have bonuses that perk. So if you get somebody to break that 20 barrier, you would be in good
Wow.
spot here.
Let's go, folks.
All right, so that's Barrick's contribution. Skeggy, now you're going to take those material components, the staff, the crystals. What's this dwarf going to do with your arthritic, knuckled hands? How are you going to make that?
They're nimble, and I'm very very knowledgeable jeweler from a lifetime of experience at that as well. So I mean, I'm working under difficult conditions. I'm gonna take a portion of this this staff, let's say, 12 to 14 inches of it. What's the staff look like already?
It was actually, I had a picture of it. Actually, I think it might still be in the chat. Yeah.
See it?
Let me see if I can
That's
find a picture of it. But it was the one from the Hobgoblin Shaman that I sent you all. I'll go to D&D Beyond and see if I can find it there. But it was a wooden staff, and it was ornate. It had what's the name for the metal caps at the end of a piece of wood, something like that. I forget. They have a word.
Wait, is it the staff that this hobgoblin
It was its like quarter staff. Yeah.
is holding?
Yeah.
Okay, but if I'm looking at the right picture, then it's got that staff has a metal cap on the top of it.
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna it's gonna be beefy for a wand. It'll be kind of more like a rod, I guess, to go back to old school stuff. We'll get the haft out of there, okay, and I will add. It has stones in it of some sort, right? Already.
Oh, look at the end of it. That's the one right there.
Yeah. However, those stones are they're
there it is.
mundane. The citrines that we found are of much higher value.
We can replace all
Okay,
those.
well, I
with
definitely
citrines.
want to get those crappy stones out and replace them with our nice citrines.
I don't know if I can. Oh, did that just work? Can everybody see this on stream?
Yeah.
Yes, they can.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
That was the hobgoblin that you fought in the dining area, and that's the wand. So it's got this like metal cap at the top.
Yeah, that's
but
what we're going to use.
All removable. All like gemstones can be removed. Yeah. So you want to.
And I will. I have to come up with some kind of wire or something out of all the materials that we saw in the Hobgoblin Cave, in the Kobold Cave, whatever, to be able to set the gems into the socket so that they'll stay.
We can melt down some platinum or something. We have platinum.
Do we have the facility?
Mohag could crank that
coins.
fire. He could get that fire
Make a
going.
hot
Yeah,
fire.
I mean, if we can come up with
Hieronymus will stoke a fire.
some sort of a crucible that we could use to hold it while it melts, and then, yeah, I'm sure Skeggy would know how to.
And you do have your jeweler's
Fire.
tools, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. Then that's fine. So let's do it. Let's do a skill check on this.
Okay. Let me get back to where I can see it. Now, how do you want? How do I do that in D&D Beyond? Or okay, my dexterity and my intelligence are the same, so it doesn't matter which one I use.
Okay.
So, am I just adding my stat mod to my proficiency?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, so it's going to be a +4 either way. So,
Okay.
I'm gonna roll it. Oh yeah, there it is. Very good. I'm just gonna roll an int save because I'm proficient in intelligence saves also, so it's all the same value.
That's great. Here's the roll
Okay.
then. Ooh, a 9.
13.
Oh, I saw the dice. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, 13. That's a success. That's another +1.
Okay.
Sorry, excuse me, not a +1. It's a success.
Just
It's a success. It's
no
a
loss.
no loss. Exactly. Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm working under difficult conditions.
Yes, you are. But that's a success. That's good.
It didn't
Okay.
make it worse.
So you fashioned the wand together with the gemstones. Barrick, you feel the light of Hyperius blessing this creation. Now let's see who's going to mess it up. John, what do you want to do?
Oh, I was waiting for Chris to go. Is it my turn?
It's you.
Well, I'll tell you my first idea was to go for a little bit of a stroll outside of the cave
Okay.
That's a good idea. Just go far,
Yeah,
far
get out of
away.
here,
This is where we're starting. And I was going to go on a stroll, and I was going to try to imbue the wood and the gems with magic, get them used to what magic feels like, and show them what Karg has become addicted to.
So
Ooh.
just kind of hold the citrines in your armpits for a couple of hours as you walk around.
Is that what you do? So while they're working,
Oh,
you're
no,
taking
no,
some of the
no.
raw materials and trying to.
I am taking raw materials, and I am going out into the wilderness, and I'm going to rage.
Interesting. Okay.
Because I enjoy raging all the time, and it's becoming addictive. I think I'm trying to carry this narrative.
Oh my God, you're gonna transform yourself again.
He's gonna imbue
That's-
some
I mean, we're gonna-
chaos into this.
We're going
Go-
to see what happens, but yeah.
Go
There's
ahead.
some chaos magic.
I
Can
love
you-
it.
Can you roll on that chart, please? I would love to see the result.
As would
Could this modify his result?
I
Give
think
him
so.
bonuses?
I think it's
Or
gonna. Yeah.
negatives?
I think
This
it's
is
gonna
probably
be.
influence the perk. Or the quirk.
60. So a straight 60, which says, oh, this is, I like this a lot. I'm sorry, I'm selling it a little bit. 60, a unicorn materializes
Oh my
to
God.
aid you for 1d8 turns.
So here's how it's gonna work.
Oh yes!
So here's how it's gonna work.
Oh my God!
Here's how it's gonna work. You go out into the middle of the Whispering Woods with the citrines in your hand, and you find an area. It's a little bit of a clearing, and I don't know if you take a weapon out. I don't know what you do, but you go into a rage, and you just go berserk at the trees, at whatever. I mean, we are lumberjacks, so you go crazy at these trees with your axe or what do you have, a sword?
Wait a minute, that metaphor is
Yes.
getting a little dangerous.
I
The
have a
literal
long-
tree,
Don't rage at the trees.
not the saplings, the trees.
Oh, okay.
So you
Especially the administrative ones.
yes. So what are you doing in this rage? How are you raging?
I think I'm like cutting trees down like real quick.
So
with
you
my
are
lawnmower.
kind of like literally lumberjacking here to
Yep.
like kind of blow off the steam, right, to keep the rage going.
Exactly, like keeping it going and just like walking through and like taking big hacks and
Yeah.
cutting them down. I'd say right now I'm using the versatile feature. I definitely don't have my shield on. So
Right. Two-handed, yeah.
We're rolling two-handed. We're rolling some d10s.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then here's what happens. So as you're raging and hacking at the trees, just trying to get out as much energy as possible to imbue these, what you think will imbue the stones, right? Every time you've done this, you've transformed your body in some way, or some extra supernatural sort of ability has occurred. You're waiting for it, and eventually your rage is gonna die off. I mean, you don't have any enemies nearby, and you're sweaty, tired. You have the citrines like grasped tight in your hand, and you turn, and there's a creature in that clearing, a white, glistening unicorn.
And you kill it.
And if you'd like to keep your rage going, you have to attack it. No, just kidding.
Kidding.
Oh God, no.
This is never. We're dealing. Yeah.
So what do you do when you see this unicorn?
I think the first thing Karg does is like kind of weep a little bit, like what? Blink my eyes. I didn't think I drank that much last night. That horse has a horn on it. And I
It'll-
walk up closer to the majesty and I say, "Oh my God, that's a really pretty horse."
It'll bow down to you because you're so much shorter than it, and it will poke its horn towards your gemstones that you have in your hand. Do you allow it to touch gems?
I will definitely take both of those out and be like,
There's
kind
five.
of genuflecty and be like, "Yep, all right."
Yeah, so
Don't-
it'll go and it'll tap very delicately each gemstone, and then you kind of look up because I imagine Karg, you're so small, right? You're holding your hands up to reach, and then as you kind of lower your hands, and you look up, you can see those stones. They're the cleanest they've ever been. They're polished, they're shining and bright, maybe even a faint glow to them. The unicorn, though, looks a lot different. The horn of the unicorn starts to slowly decay, and tiny little insects, little centipedes start to basically comprise the horn itself and then fall to the ground and start to crawl over your feet and around the area of the clearing and scatter in all directions. The entire unicorn now slowly turning into basically that pile of insects as they spread out, trying to get away from the light.
Wow.
Oh
You
shit!
have the soul of a unicorn in your hands.
Or some kind of other level of corruption. I love how you went towards the power positive one. I'm freaking out over here, but okay.
So you saw this unicorn appear out of nowhere and then basically decompose into a pile of insects and scatter away. You have the stones, though, and they look perfect.
Oh shit! I guess I did drink more than I thought.
Card.
Oh,
So
yeah,
innocent.
Holy crap!
Wow.
All right,
You hear Hieronymus call back, "The stones! Where are they?"
Where's the stones? We're ready.
I don't hear you, John. Are you saying something?
Oh yeah. Oh, did my mic like cut out because I
Yeah.
went too high pitch?
Oh, you went too
Yeah,
high?
I don't know. I tried to go away from the mic too. I was kind of screaming.
It
I
didn't
said-
register at all. So
Oh, I'm
His
sorry.
voice is so high, only dogs can.
Hey, all right. I'll bring it down to the cog that smoked a couple packs of cigarettes this morning. It's not exactly the voice of cog I want, but
no, this is Karg after being an adventurer for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Give me so the check. I'll let you decide. It's your rage. Your rage is what fueled this. So I don't know what check you might be thinking this could be, but it could be a spellcasting check of sorts. I know you're a barbarian, so you don't really do that. But maybe like a proficiency and your wisdom, or it could be con straight up. I mean, you are a barbarian after all. I don't know.
do you feel like this is an ability check?
It should be a skill check of some sort, or an ability check would be appropriate. Yeah, you maybe.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm being really annoying. I'm asking because of the feat I just took.
We're lucky. No, lucky would not apply to this.
Okay, I'm not gonna get to do this.
It's
4
supposed to be a
times.
skill check. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really imbue any strength into it, right? Like I just
No,
had to
not
use
strength. It's
that
more your
whole
like.
thing.
Yeah, it's more like energy. You know, not like muscle, but like. So I'd say con. I mean, I think it's a straight up con check, unless you have a.
I'm putting my constitution into it. Do a constitution saving throw.
Sure, that's fine.
Oh, the unicorn.
A nat 20. Oh
There
my
it is,
God.
right there. It just got a whole lot bigger.
Okay, so that's
No.
+3. You know what? Just because of how the unicorn was sent to help you, and it seemed perfect, I'm actually giving you another +1 bonus. So right now the count is at 5.
Oh, that's time to mess it up. I'm in. Put me in, coach.
The count is at 5.
Wow.
Well done, Karg.
It all just
Hard.
lined up too perfect, I think, for that result. A nat 20 as well. Gonna bring you to 5. So that counts as
You really
+4.
have to.
Great
The
call,
nat 20
DM.
and the unicorn roll. That's
Oh.
amazing.
Yeah.
Great call, DM.
Wow. Would I also be crazy, Karg? I mean, I think just inspiration for this.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, let's go.
Sure.
Am I
It
crazy?
goes back-
I mean,
it goes back to the perfect roll on the hit die.
it's the
been
perfect
really
roll. It's the hit dice. Your barbarian energy is off the charts tonight.
It's the opposite
Wow.
of a death spiral.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever
All
that
right.
is.
All right. Here we go. Tim, you want to tag in?
No, I would love to. Someone's got to bring this average down. Happy to do it. Don't worry. So what I'm thinking is, I'm proficient in forgery, and also the language infernal.
Oh.
I would like to, over the 3 days while we're making this wand, while everyone else is asleep or doing their business elsewhere, I want to carve into the side of the wand an infernal, but like, kind of disguise it so it doesn't look like I'm carving an infernal because that'd be suspicious, right? And I'm thinking about the peers we've lost on the way, Skeggy, Zeb, Sasori. It's like, boy, if we just had this wand then, could have done a lot more with it. So like a lot of anger, which is why I'm choosing infernal, and I want to carve Be the Change, an infernal in it. As a testament to my god too.
Nice.
The theory is the goddess of change.
Ooh, I like it. Live, laugh, love. I thought you were going to go with, but Be the Change is actually okay.
I thought about it. I thought about the live, laugh, love, but if we were carving like a magic like wooden spoon I could hang in my kitchen instead, that would be it.
Hey, Skeggy's not done with the build yet. It could be spoon shaped.
We'll see what happens.
All right, go ahead. Give me your check. I like this a lot.
Are you cool with it being, let's see, a like dexterity check?
Yeah, it would. I would assume it would be something like carving, right? Yeah, so it makes sense.
Okay. So it's just gonna be a raw d20 plus 2 then, because I have nothing to dexterity. Let's see. That's a solid 10.
A 10. So that would just be a -1 because it's a failure.
I told you.
It would
Bring
bring
on
it
the
to a
average.
4. Tim, I'll give you an option here. Okay.
Yeah, well, you have me.
I'm gonna text it to you in Zoom chat. Okay.
Oh, I'm excited. All right, great. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Okay. So Tim, I'm gonna set you up for a description, and then you
Yeah.
can take it away. Okay. I'll pass it to you.
Sure.
Now, I don't know who necessarily cares to watch the crafting of the wand. Like, I know, like, maybe once your part is done, maybe you take a rest or you give it to somebody. This is done over the course of days, so these would be done. This is a long process, right? So it's up to you. Whoever would be actively watching Tim, I'm going to let you decide, okay? Who would be actively watching Tim?
While
Or
he's
Eric,
doing
Eric
that-
Lavertus, while he's doing the imbuing, the carving. Who would be watching him do this? Seems like a very
Hieronymus-
mundane task.
Hieronymus would have taken like an overseer view of the entire process. So
Yeah.
he would have been. For the record, he speaks infernal.
Okay, so then you actually see the whole process and understand exactly what he's doing. Makes sense. Anybody else?
He happens to correct his infernal.
Grammar's a bit dicey.
anybody's using tools on this whole on any part of this, I'm going to be watching them using tools.
Yep, that's
I
good.
don't know anything about the magic. I'm not going to interfere with that, but
That's good.
Pretty sure Karg is trying to like flip a quarter 100 times on the same side in a row or something. Like, by no means, I just did what I did. I'm not paying attention to this wand anymore.
you're done.
Eric is
Mohag.
being a surfer bro in the sun.
Mic drop.
All right, so Barrack's still out, like by the edge of the cliff, right?
I'm in the sun.
You're in the sun,
Soaking
Mohag-
up the rays.
soaking the rays. Yeah, Mohag has taken also an overseer's job. I'd say he's always over your shoulder, Chris. As at every step of the way, you comment something, he'll also make the same comment, but in a different, just rephrase it. So he's watching as well, but he's behind Hieronymus. Tim, you're struggling. Your attention is wavering. It's failing. Every time you're carving, you feel like sweaty and just like uneasy, uncomfortable, and you feel like this whole entire carving thing, Hieronymus is correcting your infernal. It's infuriating to you. What happens?
As I'm carving and being corrected and getting more and more annoyed and angry, you notice that it starts by my feet, like a light kind of violet purple flickering flame, and as it kind of like matches my emotion, as I get more and more annoyed with the corrections, begins to engulf essentially like around my entire body in this aura of purple flame. It's the point where my mask and kind of hooded cloak kind of melt away, revealing some horns underneath it and a prehensile tail at the back of my back as I'm carving an infernal.
I knew it.
And as Hieronymus says, I knew it. You can control yourself again. Tim, do you want to revert?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so Skeggy, Hieronymus, and Mohag saw this happen.
I'll roll that D20.
And you get advantage on the check. Go ahead.
It'll be 15 this time.
A 15, that's another +1.
We're good.
So as long as Chris doesn't roll a nat 1, you should ultimately get a perk and a quirk. And a, you know, no flaw. If that's the case. Chris, it's up to you.
So Hieronymus has been poring over this book since we found it, dreaming of a wand of either Burning Hands or Magic Missile. And he's been practicing the incantations and the step-by-steps of making this thing and kind of watching over all their shoulders. It's like his baby, really. He's been kind of waiting for this moment. And to prep for it, he drew a mage circle on the floor, a 5-pointed circle, a star inside a circle, and lit some candles on each point of the circles, big enough for him to stand, because really his power is going to be what kind of brings it all together. Barrick's power and Eric's power all together into like one central focus for the creation. So he's been kind of using the knowledge he gained through his arcana, through reading through the books and reading his own notes and what he remembers from wizard school. So I think an arcana check to bring it all together, bring it home.
I think so.
Would be good here. Kind of guiding and directing. So here it is. Also, he took the time because he wanted to bring even Cockroach in on this. So he brought Cockroach in, who's part of the group and sitting on his shoulder, kind of hooing into his ear. And here we go, Cockroach. Everybody's part of it. Everyone has to stand like here, like at one of the points of the circle.
Do it. Let's move our tokens, everybody.
Hieronymus is nothing if not a team player.
So I'd imagine you're all this is the finale of it, right? Like you're basically
We need Cockroach here.
Cockroach? Yeah, we can bring Cockroach in. Where's Cockroach? Cockroach, here he is. I'd imagine though that this is the final day, right? Like all the prep work, the praying, the crafting, that was all on days like 1 and 2, and now it's a day of imbuing that magic. And you've been doing this for hours and hours. Yeah. And this is the final culmination. The sun is setting. Barrick comes in from his prayer to see this final imbuing of the wand. Go ahead, Chris.
All right, let's get in there. Oh. Put that circle around him. All right. There. Yes. Yes. It's more like a pentagram than
it is, basically.
Mage circle, but we'll take it. All right. Here we go. Dun, dun,
dun. I had 5 points.
Oh! Hieronymus stands in a circle. The room vibrates as he calls forth the magic of Arcana and brings this wand into creation.
Oh my god, a 25.
Everyone glows and you know how like they're all kind of stretched with their arms back and lifted off their feet? Oh yes.
Yeah.
You ended with a plus
done,
9. I said that if you got a 4 or higher, you'd get a perk. That doubled it. I think we might have an additional perk and an additional quirk, I think.
Oh, I love it.
I think we're gonna go big on this.
Heck yeah.
Longest wand in the world.
We deserve a break after 2 years.
Yeah. So here's what happens, Chris. You imbue the magic of your arcane power into this thing, with the prayers, with the perfect build. Everything comes together, and those gemstones, those citrines that are inlaid, start to glow bright, and the wand itself is hot. Like just after putting all the magic in, it's hot. If only you had some sort of like glove or maybe some sort of moist covering to hold it.
The towel, the ever wet towel.
Nice. So you whip out the ever wet rag and you hold it. You can hear that sizzle of the heat from the wand, the metal of the wand, and then the rag just giving off that steam.
I'll wrap it around the handle. It can fuse itself to the wand. That's part of it.
key is keeping the wood,
The last thing I
moist.
want is an ever wet handle on this rod that I'm gonna have to get rid of.
The love wand. The love wand.
And we've been canceled. Have a great time, everyone. The ever wet love wand was the final straw.
The ever wet love rod.
Oh
Get you
god.
on
God,
a
I'm going to
different
bed. It's been a good
tabletop.
run.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. We'll see you in Call of Cthulhu.
Well, here's
All
what's
you
gonna
active
happen.
lumberjacks can go pick up your check tomorrow.
Here's what's gonna happen here. So you hold up the wand. It is piping hot. You hear that sizzle. I need Hieronymus. Give me a D10. I think everybody except for Barrick. Give me a D10.
I can't talk.
Okay, so we got a 3, 8, 3, 2.
2. Thank you very much. I'm consistent, if nothing else.
See his key.
Is this one of those ones where rolling high is bad?
I think he's rolling the quirks and perks table, would be my guess.
Wow. Well, I tell you what. 2. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Well, I was gonna go with the quirks first, and then perks, but I don't think I like the way this laid out here. Dude. I want to go with what makes sense here, as well as something close to a roll. So I'm going to have the quirks are going to be 1, it's got magnificent appearance. The 3 for the quirk is magnificent appearance. It looks far more valuable than it actually is. Another quirk is that it's going to be loyal. It only works for the one who created it. And I think the magic was imbued by you, Chris. So I think you're the one to use it. It's only going to allow you to use it. Now, I'm actually maybe happy to do maybe a casting check or something like that, or it's wisdom. I think it's a spell. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll make you make a check to use it. Maybe a spell casting check, or using an item check like they used to have in 3.0 and 3.5 to be able to use it. But Chris can use it without any restriction.
You don't think Karg has like some middle ground there?
You know what? You all made it. To be honest with
I
you,
mean, everyone contributed, yeah.
you all made it.
Magic.
I
Who else
made
put magic into it?
Okay,
Oh,
you know
no.
what?
Hey,
You know what?
actually,
Yeah.
they put magic into it.
You know what? You could argue that Jeff is the only one that made it. But regardless, I think you all created it, but Mohag did not. So Mohag could not grab the wand in a pinch and use it. Okay? Your
This is gonna blow my
familiars
face. I
cannot
can
use
feel
it, right? Another person you meet could not use it. Okay? So it's only this group can use it.
Uh,
All right? Which actually is probably even better in some cases, maybe, because if it was stolen or taken, it wouldn't be allowed to be used. So those are the quirks. It looks way more valuable than it should be, and it is only going to be used by the people in this group. Okay?
Yeah. Alrighty.
So that was the 3 and the 8. Now, the other ones were a 2 and a 3. I am not sure how much either of those are going to matter for this, like the item gaining damage resistance or the resistance to breaking, and they're kind of similar. So why don't we do a D8? Who rolled those? That's Eric and Skeggy. Both of you give me additional D8, and I'll roll a different one for that.
Sure. 6 and 7.
6 and 7. Okay, that actually works really well. So it's going to be lucky, which means that you re-roll the hit 2 times a day. So that was what it was intended with, like a wand that would attack or a weapon that would attack. With this, I'll let you re-roll the dice roll for the healing. So if you roll a 1, you can re-roll it.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
So you and whoever casts it can be the one to decide if it's re-rolled or not. So if you roll the 3 and you're like, I don't want to chance it, I'm going to keep it. Whatever. You can decide. All right. And that's 3 times per day. So even though the wand may have more than that charges per day, it'll only get 3 uses of that per day. And then Lunar, which I'm actually thrilled you got. So Barrick, I didn't have you roll.
Oh boy.
When Barrack sees the wand for the first time, as the steam is, emanating from it, and you finally get to see the actual gemstones and the magic imbued into them, you get a real sense of dread in like the pit of your stomach. The orange glowing, it's eerily reminiscent of the gemstone that was glowing that night in your apartment, the night that Father Bleegrim died. The Chaos Crystal. So it gives you an eerie reminder of that. And lunar, as the sun is rising now, this was dusk when it was done. 3 days after you started, this is the moon has come out. The gemstones seem to glow and almost as the moonlight, as you kind of step towards the edge, you can see that moonlight and it empowers it. So it'll gain an additional power when used in the moonlight. I think maybe if it's used in the moonlight, we can add some bonus dice to it. Maybe in a pinch, it could be a higher level cure, something like that, without using a spell slot, as long as it's in the moonlight.
Nice.
That sound good? So once per day, while it's in the moonlight, it can be upcast without a use of an extra charge.
Can I toss in some possible flavor for your
Please do,
consideration?
yeah, please.
Okay, it's fall. These are citrines. People look at citrines and they might think, oh, they're orange. They look like fire. But
True.
what Barrack realizes is that they don't look like fire. They look like the harvest moon.
Oh, I like that too. Yeah.
Most people wouldn't notice that.
I'm
But
happy with that change in flavor for sure. Yeah.
Barrack being keyed in on that sort of area would notice.
So would some call that even a blood moon?
Ooh, maybe.
Wait, actually, would somebody call that a blood
I don't think so, but
never mind.
Supermoon.
Sure, this is really gonna help us after all that work we did.
It might.
I appreciate the words of reassurance, friends.
Mohawk says, yeah, it's going to work. We spent all this time doing it. Give me the wand. I'll show you. And he
All right.
tries to grab it from you, Hieronymus.
I hit him with it.
Ah!
It is also called a blood moon, by the way.
Oh, it is?
That's
Oh,
its-
okay. There you go.
That's
Then-
its
Very cool.
that's his trigger word.
Thanks,
Or
Jeff.
also the hunter's moon, if it
It's-
also makes it fun.
His trigger word is blood moon in Infernal.
It's also live, laugh, love.
Yeah, I'm a little hesitant at the looks of the wand, but it's for the best of the group. I'll let it slide right now.
Yeah.
Very
Um,
nice.
The sizzle dies down, everybody. The sizzle of the wand dies down. You could put the rag away if you'd like, or not. I don't know if you prefer it out, but the sizzle ends, and yet, while there's no sizzle, you still hear some sound coming from inside the cave. Everybody make a perception check.
Oh,
Okay.
It's never a good time.
Normally not a good sign.
14 high roll. There
Wait,
you go.
oh, now hang on. I hit the initiative. Ignore that roll. Because they're right next to each other.
Are
I
they
got
different
15.
or no?
It's rolling twice for me right now.
It's not. Oh, wait. Oh, I see what's going on. I can't. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Here's my perception. Somewhere. There
Oh,
it
good.
is.
Barrack, Eric,
There it is,
Skeggy.
19.
Yeah, Barrack, Eric, and Skeggy, it looks like. You got 15s and higher.
Mhm.
You hear like the small, almost like a chittering sound. You look to the north end of the cave, and you can see small little tiny centipedes starting to march in to this area.
I hate that.
Looks like we may have some company, friends. As I put my shield up and start walking back to inspect it.
Are these normal size centipedes, a few inches long, or are they?
They're pretty big centipedes. Yeah, they're pretty big. I
Like
mean,
Kong Skull
they're
Island centipedes.
they do look like animals. Like they don't look like they're giant centipedes, right? They're not like feet long, but they're hefty buggers.
And they're coming from like up here.
Yeah,
Like the-
let me. I'll place a spot on the map, so you can see where I'm referring to. See, right about here is where they've gotten to, this line right there. They're starting to come in. Centipedes just kind of piling in, filling in the floor.
Whoa.
I think we need to be getting out of here.
We're
So-
drawing attention to ourselves.
If only we had an AoE fire attack.
Karg, Mohag says. You're light enough. You can get on my shoulders.
Well,
I'd love to see it.
well, thanks, Mohag. That's mighty fine of you. And I hop right up on his shoulders and take out my sword and go, charge!
I thought you were gonna lop off his man bun.
Oh, don't you
I
dare.
feel like that's a bonus action I want for later.
Don't you dare. Move your tokens if you'd like, Barrack and Karg. I know you said you wanted to go up closer. Okay.
What's Mohab's movement?
Mohag will go right to there. He won't go right to the edge here, but he sees them coming.
Yeah, no, here we go.
And more of them are coming in. In fact, you get the sense that there's quite a bit of centipedes here.
Like they're coming around the corner and
Yeah, yeah. When you get to here, you can see where they're coming. Now they've kind of gotten about 5 feet from you, so...
Would I recognize these centipedes from nature, and would I know that there are bigger versions?
Give me a nature check.
Sweet. 21?
It looks like you're rolling with advantage, it seems, but 21's the first one, so it's fine.
I'll fix something.
No worries. This is strange to you, Barrack. I mean, they do look like centipedes, but they're marching in such a coordinated effort. They're kind of being careful to, like, position themselves, move themselves, and then kind of clicks. You've seen kind of these types of bugs before. You fought one, a creature on the side of the road that these things came out of.
Oh, they were inactive,
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah, yes.
Oh.
That was Skeggy's first fight with the group.
Say, I've seen larger versions of these in my nightmares and in my visions.
We've got to get out of here.
Yep, let's
This is not a
go.
good place to be.
Okay. They are piling in. Everybody, you can see them start to form mounds over each other. Let's roll for initiative.
Oh boy, Bob, it's safe to assume we got like 3 long rests in a row.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're at full everything at this
Okay,
point. yeah.
gotcha. Yep.
This is the end of the third night.
I've got back all my spell slots.
All your spells, Jeff. All
Okay,
your sneak attack
excellent.
spells and your lock picking spells. And
There you go.
all right, here we go. Let's change the music up here.
How are those tokens? These things were nasty.
So who's got the wand?
You. Gotta be you, no?
No,
You
we
infused
can
it
all use it.
last. What?
We can all use it, but who was going to carry it, did we decide?
I think you
Not-
have it right now. But anybody could carry it, but literally this is happening as the conclusion of the spell is finished.
So who did we decide was going to carry the
I
wand of healing?
think we talked it through and decided that I was the best one to hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Because
makes
it
sense.
doesn't take caster skill to use, and I can cover the most distance in a round and still have an action.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Okay, here we go. Let's begin. I see the numbers coming in. Is it all correct, everybody? Nate, I see twice, but it's
I
14.
haven't rolled. I'm sorry.
I got a 14. Yeah, sorry, I'll try to figure it.
Eric
Thank
a
you.
7.
Yep.
Skeggy a 19.
Mhm.
Karg a 22.
Yep.
Hieronymus a 2.
Nice.
Just testing. Okay.
That'll be for, that roll will be for our friend Mohag, so that's a 10 plus his initiative 1, so it's going to be 11 for Mohag. Okay, we're all set here.
Bad.
Okay, Mohag is all set, and you're all set. looks like Karg, you're first.
Yep. Karg's right there. He's gonna.
You also recognize Karg. These are awfully familiar to you. That unicorn in the woods.
Kind of excited.
Does each token represent like a swarm? Or
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. A swarm.
All right. So wait. Sorry. You threw me off there. Karg was thinking about these as the ones from when the overturned cart happened and the first time Karg went down and came back to life. Are these are the same ones from the unicorn as well?
They are awfully similar. I mean, they could be. I mean, are they the exact same ones? No, but they're the same type of centipede. Yeah.
All right. That's like a lot of higher level thinking for Karg.
Yeah, probably. You're also on Mohag's shoulders, remember?
Yep. I'm gonna steer Mohag one more space forward, and I'm gonna swing.
Can we use like this mounted combat rules for Mohag right now?
Oh my god! Can I please? Do I get advantage?
He'll count as your steed. No, he's not bigger
They're
than.
small.
They're
small. He's
No,
medium.
they're medium. They are medium.
Oh, damn.
As a swarm, the creatures counts as a medium size. But go ahead.
No, so actually, Karg is going to see them and is going to rage.
Okay. And then your attack? Oh, yes, you have your ability here.
We wanted to do this first.
That's right.
So
Yeah, it's true.
Can't believe we got a unicorn.
He found
Well,
a unicorn.
Yeah, while you are raging, your body grows battlements and arrow slits, as well as an army of tiny soldiers.
Oh, how
What?
perfect!
Holy moly.
On an initiative count, 20, the soldiers inside fire 2 tiny catapults at your enemies.
Wait, is this the same chart you sent me? This is more wild than I remember.
The chart is wild. Did you not remember? What
I
we did
I
last
did
time?
read. Yeah, I did read it. I'm gonna say though that just because it wouldn't make sense for this, that you'll get the ability. I'm happy with the ability, but we'll flavor it as again
Yeah.
body mutating, maybe like pustules or spores shooting out. That makes more sense to me. Again, going with the mutations rather than something more fantastical.
Yeah. What it's saying here is that it's 1d4. I'll put it in the chat, but it's essentially, it looks like it's 1d4 times my proficiency
Okay.
happens for 1d6 damage to each of the number of creatures for 1d4 times my proficiency. That
Okay.
seems insane.
Let's just do 2. Can we just do 2? So it'll
Love
be
it,
2
yep.
times. Yeah.
No, like I said, we don't need to go.
Yeah. I just want to make it quicker than having to roll all these things.
All right. So we're going to do that this turn.
Yeah. Go for it.
Roll d4. So that's 4 plus my proficiency of 2.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you are rolling. I was gonna say just do it flat 2 every time
Okay,
instead of
okay.
rolling. Yeah, just so you always get a decent amount and we don't have to roll. But go ahead. We'll do this for now because you rolled.
Yeah, you want me to roll my 1d6s though?
Yep. And does it need to hit or something, or is there a hit roll involved?
It doesn't say that at all.
And the range on it?
Range is 40 feet.
Okay, so it's just as a d6 to that many creatures, 4 creatures.
Cool. Same d6, or you want me to roll?
Yeah, well, you can actually only see, if I'm not mistaken, 4 creatures, right?
Correct. 4
Okay.
at best.
So then let's just do the 4 that you can see. Do a d6 to each one.
Awesome. Thank you. That took up more time than I would have liked.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
okay.
Alright.
So I'm going to mark off 1, I'm going to mark off 3, I'm going to mark off 3, and 4 as these spore-like mutations pop off of you at the enemy.
They all get my proficiency bonus too, so it's 2 plus 12.
Oh, gotcha. So then it's going to be an additional 2 on each. Okay, gotcha. 3,
So you say little spores pop off my body and
6, 7. Yep. Okay. So they hit those centipedes, and as these spores splash into the pile, you see just dead centipedes, almost like going up in droves to the sides. But then they reform their position and continue pressing forward. Your attack, right? Your regular attack.
correct. I'm now going to attack with my raging longsword.
Skeggy, you're on deck. Just a heads up.
Uh-huh.
Yikes. 8.
8. Gotcha. Okay, that will be a miss.
Yep. All right. So
A
that's
miss.
that's my turn then. Mohag, I guess he's gonna go on his own turn.
Yeah, Mohag's going to do his own thing. Jeff, go ahead.
Okay, let me see. Get my token out from under that die. I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, Mohag. 5. I'll move. I will. I am going to dash as my bonus action. And wow. And I'll dodge.
Okay. Dodge. Got it. Skeggy, you look down the corridor here and you see more centipedes just kind of filing in. You can see that last mound coming in. And at this point, I would say you also hear, and the whole group can hear it echo, but there's a much louder screech coming from the woods itself. And when that screech happens, you can see the centipedes all kind of stand still, feelers moving around, and then they continue to move and do their thing.
We got a big one outside.
Okay. Anything else from you, Skeggy, or that's your
No,
bonus?
That's everything I can do.
All right, then we go to the centipedes themselves. They are going to enter into spaces, so they're going to go... one will go right into you, John. Let me just make sure I know how far they can move. Okay, good. Yeah, one is actually... So let me change this. This one's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20 into Barrack. You can take an attack of opportunity if you'd like, John. If you have reaction left, I don't know if you do. Mohag swings and misses as well with a 11. And you swing with a 7. Yeah, that's going to miss as well.
Yeah, I got it.
Then this one goes into Mohag. This one will go into Karg. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Aren't we in the same space?
Yes, they can. Their swarms actually have that rule. They can occupy the enemy square. And in fact, I think they actually do better if they're in your square.
No, I mean, Mohag and myself are in the same space.
Oh, right. You're on his shoulders. Yeah, okay. You're right. I forgot about that. So then this one will just go to here. And it's just going to be surrounding you. All right. Let's do it. Let's bite. Wow. Let's do some bites here. First one on Karg. As these centipedes crawl up Mohag's body, he's freaking out. Oh, and nat 1 on you, so that's pretty good. And then Mohag's going to take some bites. 1, 2, as the ankle biters get onto him. A 6 and an 8. Terrible. Even Mohag's okay. And then Barraquilios. A 7. Oh, my God. Talk about luck for you
Right.
all. Oh, this one... Yeah, this one will... stay here. It's going to double move, actually. It has the ability to move twice, so it'll move. 5, 10, 15, 20. It's going to go right next to Eric Lavernus.
Oh boy.
Okay, that's the end of the centipede's turn. We go to Barrack and Mohag on deck. And then Eric.
All right. So I can move with this swarm here, or I can't.
Yes, you can move, yeah.
All right. I don't. Aha! There we go. I pop out and come on over. I'd like to be. Is this space where?
Yeah.
Shoot. Where,
It's
yeah, they
I'll
are.
move the... Hold on. No, it's the one to the right.
No,
I'll
that's
move
fine.
them, though.
I just wanted to be within 5 feet of both of them.
It's this one.
Oh shoot! I got you. Whoops. Can I move into a space where they are?
You can.
All right, so I'm gonna move right here then,
Okay.
so that I can be within 5 feet of both of them.
I'm just going to make an attack of opportunity. I'm sure you don't care.
Go for it.
And it's a total of 17, which does not hit you.
Nah.
Your turn.
And I'm gonna swing away at this one, kind of in between us.
Go for it.
Alrighty, great. We got a 14. I'm not sure what's going on. We're rolling twice tonight.
It's all right. We'll take the first one. That's a hit.
Oh, excellent. And that'll be for 4 bludgeoning damage. Hot
Okay.
one.
That's the one that's directly that you're in.
No, the one kind of between Karg and I. Here.
That one.
That's what. Yes. And Bob, by the way, I was wondering, do I see like when they heard that noise? Can I tell if they were like they seem to be listening to that noise or running away from that noise?
That would be, unfortunately, in combat, that would be an insight check.
All
And
right,
I don't think you'd
Yep.
want to use your action as that. Yeah.
Cool.
We don't have any temp hit points, do we?
I mean, I didn't make a point of giving the speech.
I mean, it's a
Focus
standard
on
thing you
one.
do. What number would it be, Barrick?
It'd be 7 hit points for everybody.
It's a standard thing you do, and we just did a montage of crafting, so I'd let it go. So 7.
Okay. Yeah, then heck yeah. Fight for the light, my friends.
Yeah. Okay. Now we go to Eric Lavernus. Mohag will take his swings, but Eric, you can go.
Part of the montage.
I'm gonna move forward a little bit, and I'm gonna cast Word of Radiance on the 3 that are within 5 feet of me.
Okay.
So they all have to make Constitution saving throws of 13 or more,
13 or more. 1,
or
2,
take
3.
2 radiant damage. Just cast as many as I can with a little bit of damage, and just hold it at everyone.
It looks like we got a fail, a success, and a fail.
So the 2 who failed will each take 2 radiant damage.
Okay. All right, so we'll do it just in clockwise order. So +2, 0 for the one on Barrick, and 2 for the one that was adjacent to you originally.
And that's all my actions.
Mohag actually did big here. He swung. He rolled a total of what I roll here. Mohag rolled a total of 15, and he did 11 slashing damage with his great axe. He's attacking obviously the one that's in his square, so he's going to do his 11 damage there, and that'll bring that one up. And you can see this swarm now is at half strength, so it's going to be a bit weaker when it comes to doing damage. I'll put a little mark on that one so you know which one is past half.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay, Mohag he's swinging wildly because all these things are crawling up his boots and in his pants, and he's not happy with this.
Let's go, Mohag.
He's like, they're on me! They're on me!
Let's go, Mohag.
They're in my man bun!
is there a chance he accidentally slices his own man bun?
No, he would never. He'd rather die than have his man bun be sliced. We go to Eric. Sorry, that was Eric. We go to Hieronymus and then Karg on deck.
Well, Hieronymus is just gonna kind of go here, and he's gonna cast his mage armor.
Okay, mage armor. So you go to a 13.
Yeah.
Okay, base at 13. Yep. Okay. All right. So that's your turn, and then do you want to move Cockroach?
I'll send Cockroach up to aid against this one.
Sorry, I was moving him too, and I messed you up. Oh God, you do it. You do it.
Someone do it.
He's gonna go there and aid against that one.
Okay, great. The one that Barrick's on. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we go to Karg, and then Skeggy's on deck.
All right, Karg's up again. I'm going to, I guess, start with my normal attack,
Sure.
and then I'll do my weird rage magic attack.
Yep.
On the one on top of me. Sorry,
Oh my God, you can't hit with your sword.
it's really nuts, right? That's been
That's the price.
2 7s and an 8, I believe, with my sword.
Yeah. But you made the attack, and your rage continues. Roll your spore attacks, 4 of them. Oh, baby. Look at that.
Things are popping all over the place.
So it's going to be 8, 8, 7, 8. And again, we'll just do closest to you and kind of clockwise. So the one that you're on, which was very badly damaged, is dead. So let me just delete that one here. Then clockwise, so going with the one that's on Barrick, you do 8. The one adjacent to you and Mohag and Barrick is going to take 7. And the one to the north of you is going to take 8. And that one is now at its bloodied condition as well. So this one is also bloody. Let me put a little token on it for you. Okay.
Well done, you crazy little man.
You would be frightened though, Barrick. This is super unnatural, super chaotic. It is screaming of Nihilissa.
Well then, okay. Maybe not as impressed, but I don't know. Got a lot of bad memories from this cave, so
Yeah.
kind of
Skeggy, you are up, and Barrick, you are on deck after the creatures. Skeggy, though, you're closest to the cave entrance. What's your
what can I
passive
see?
perception?
My passive, you said?
Yes, passive.
Passive 15.
Oh, it's very high. Okay. You hear the creatures screech again. I would say you'd estimate that you have a few rounds before it would be near you. It's definitely like at the bottom of the cliff face. You can hear it out there.
Okay. We've got just a couple minutes before the big one gets here.
And you can take your turn.
Yeah. But there's nothing in the cave between me and the entrance.
Zero. Nothing.
Nothing.
Wide open. You could leave and go see for yourself if you'd like.
I did not expect that. Okay, so I'm gonna go move, dash as a bonus action, and what do I see?
So in the moonlight here, because the moon is pretty bright. It's a blood moon, right? Obviously.
oof.
Hot topical.
You can see down at the bottom of this cliff. Knott's Cave is on a collection of, steep cliffs here, but no more than 100 feet down. But you can see through the scattered trees that lead up to the wall, the rock wall, some creature is moving down there. And it looks like it's got many legs. It's very reminiscent of the one you saw on the road, your first combat with this group. So you assume that creature was lurking down there, and these creatures, came and found you. So it's trying to find you. It looks like it's searching.
Are there any other bugs around in sight?
Give me a true perception check then if you'd like to do that as your action.
Yeah. I've still got my action technically, but...
Yeah, but this would be...
18.
An 18. Okay. There are bugs. You can see scattering around the cliff face. There are more of these bugs, and they seem to be headed towards you. I mean, they move pretty slow, like 20 feet a turn, so none of them are close to you. It would be like a minute or two before some of these swarms would actually be at the front of the cave. But they're on the cliff face wall. Maybe a dozen or so.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God, what have I got that I can do that will be useful? Can I use my... No, I've used a bonus action. I'll just take a shot at that thing at the bottom of the hill. I don't know what else to do other than start softening it up.
Okay. What's the range on a crossbow?
It is 80 feet or 320 feet. So I guess
It's
I'll be at
within...
disadvantage.
Yeah. It's within the disadvantage range. Yeah. Like I said, it's 100 feet down, and then it's probably, maybe, I don't know, between 60 and 90 feet away from the edge. So it's within the tree line. It's going to be hard to hit, but you can attempt it.
I'll take the shot. I got nothing else to do with my action, so.
Go for it.
And a natural one.
You might even just hit the cliff face or something. It just scatters down into the...
Whatever.
Yeah. All right,
Okay.
so you can throw off a shot, and you see the insects swarming.
Okay.
We go to Barrick after the centipedes. I'm just going to do all their centipede attacks quickly because they're pretty good. But you can tell me what you're doing. They're just going to move on to the areas. Go ahead. Tell me what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm going to try and swing on the one... guess the one that's on Tim. Also, I'll impose disadvantage on the one on Tim.
I was going to say, that's the one that's going to hit. It's looks like
sweet.
for John, it's looking like one is going to miss John, one is going to miss Mohag, one's going to miss you, and then Tim's was going to hit. So disadvantage?
Yeah, I mean, perfect. Guess
Thanks,
right.
man.
Got you, buddy.
Still hits you, Tim. An 18?
Okay.
Oh, that still hits, yeah.
Okay. Still hits you.
Still
It went
is.
from a non-natural 20 to an 18.
Well,
Well,
Bob,
Wow.
I'm gonna nat 20 hit that one right after it hits Tim.
Okay, so Tim, 12 damage, piercing damage from the swarm.
Oof.
don't forget your 7 temporary hit points.
Still doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, no, yeah. Let's say.
Second one. And 10 bludgeoning
10 bludgeoning, gotcha.
from my crit
And that's the one on Tim.
on Tim. Yeah,
Okay. Tim.
I think he's right above.
Yep. Okay.
And Tim, if I'm not mistaken, the one on me, if anyone attacks that, it has advantage.
That would be correct, yeah. From
Yeah.
Cockroach. All right, so that's the end of the creature's turns. One successful hit on Eric Lavernus. Barrick just went, Mohag's up, and then Eric, you're up. So Eric, take your turn. I'll just roll Mohag's in the meantime.
Can I just do a Toll the Dead on the one on Barrick?
Yeah, you absolutely can. The one that Mohag hit, by the way, is going to take 3 damage. He does hit, and
Nice.
that one is bloodied as well.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Let's see, it's going to be a. Oh, I was so close to a 12 there. It's going to take 3 necrotic damage.
3 necrotic.
Yeah.
It's a saving throw, though, right?
Against a Wisdom saving throw of 13.
I rolled a con by accident, but I'm going to just keep the roll. An 11. So
Darn.
it's going to
All right, we're
fail.
just going to switch to Fist after this one. These spells are too underpowered.
All right, so 3 damage to the one that is on Nate. And then we go to Hyro. Hyro the Pyro.
All right. Well, he's gonna Dragon's Breath, step up here and use it.
Okay.
I,
How do you
I can
want
only
to...
wrap it around 3 people.
Yeah, 3 would be the most, yeah.
So where is everybody under these things?
Let's just move the tokens for a minute.
All right, so yeah, so I can get it. I want to get it around these 3 then on the right side.
Yep. It's Mohag, John, and Mohag, Karg, and Barrick.
Yeah.
Go for it. Roll your damage, and I'll roll the saves.
Dragon's Breath. Here it is. 3 fire roll. 13.
Nice.
DC 14.
All right. I rolled a 8, 3, and 18.
Well done, buddy.
Nice.
Light him
So-
up, friend.
That 13 is going to be enough to kill the 2 that are bloodied.
Nice.
And then the one that's below that made the save is going to take 6. Gotcha.
And Cockroach is still aiding against that one.
Okay, 8 against that one as well. Gotcha. So the one closest to you takes 6. And the one above are dead. Okay.
Nice.
Now we go to top of the order, Karg.
let's go. Attacking the one right here. Next to Hieronymus.
With advantage.
and my rage advantage. Yep, let's go.
Nat
There it
20.
is.
Another one. Let's go advantage. Yep, that'll be a nat 20.
Good for you.
Ew.
13.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Well done, lad.
Well, 13's the damage.
Oh, sorry. I thought you had a second attack. Never mind. For some reason, I was just in autopilot there. I was like, yeah, 13 hits. 13 damage. Let's see. Will that do enough? This is slashing, right?
Yep.
Yep, that's still enough.
Yeah.
Still enough.
And then my spores are gonna pop off.
So there's only one creature here, so yeah, just roll one. Yeah. Nice. 7.
7.
That'll kill this as well. What type of damage is it,
Well
by the way?
done.
What type of damage is it?
I feel like it's got to be acid or necrotic.
Does it say a type or? Because it was supposed to be like little guys with guns, right?
Yeah.
Battlements.
There are many catapults in the description.
Let's call it
piercing is what it says.
piercing. We're just gonna keep it as like a standard bludgeoning or piercing then. So it's actually not gonna kill it, but it's definitely wounded really badly. Skeggy might be able to finish it. Oh, Skeggy's too far away. But Skeggy, you can move and do your own thing or attack the creature down below. It's up to you.
I'm just gonna also move with my my movement. Mohag and I are gonna move.
Okay.
With my very perceptive hearing, I'm going to infer that they're okay in there. And
They're
I'm
okay.
I'm gonna use my steady aim, my bonus action for steady aim. I'm not gonna move, and I'm gonna try and shoot that.
Yeah.
Shoot the
On its
creature
turn, it moved its full distance and dashed towards the bottom of the cave. So you're about 100 feet away from it now.
Okay, so it's still in my disadvantage range.
Yeah.
But steady aim will counteract that with advantage, so
Yep.
I'm making a straight roll.
Go for it.
Well done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh,
Right
very
between the eyes.
nice. Look at that, Jeff.
Should I roll damage?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Let's see. So that's going to be 9, and
I don't think you get sneak.
What?
I don't think you get sneak attack because there's no other friend around it.
Yeah.
So it'll be 9, but still nine
Just
9
9.
for a long shot. That's pretty cool.
In the dark, baby.
In the dark. There's remember a lot of moonlight right now. A lot of moonlight.
I
Lot
don't
of
know how I
moon.
feel about that.
All right, so I'm just gonna put the token on the page just so you can see it, but it's still far away. Like we'll still won't be able to get to you in a round. But I'm just gonna put it on the page. There you go. Creature's there.
Oh boy.
Again, 100 feet below your cave entrance, so it's still got to turn before it could even get up there. More actually. It's actually even further. It's going to take 2 turns for it to go. Based on your estimate of how fast it moved, it's going to take at least a full turn and more to get up there. All right,
Okay.
so that's the end of your turn, right, Skeggy?
Yeah.
All right, we go to it'll be the centipede, the last centipede. I'm going to roll for it, and then it's going to go to Barrack.
All right, disadvantage.
Yep, it's on Tim again. In 18 with disadvantage, it's going to be. Come on, roll. (21) and 18.
Yeah, those hit.
It's going to do half of this damage because it's weakened, so it's only going to do 4 damage.
Nice.
All right.
Tim, it's been weakened. It's under half strength.
Yeah.
So 4 piercing damage from the bite. And then Barrack, what are you doing?
Say, get off my friend.
And Mohag
Roll
will.
a 12.
When you say that, Mohag will take Karg off of his neck. Even though you're out of sight, I know you're like he's turned the corner. Mohag's like, yeah, listen to Barrack, get off my neck. Yeah.
He gets it. A 12, Bobo.
That hits.
Hey, love a good low AC. 6 bludgeoning damage.
And that is enough to kill it, even though it
Yes.
has resistance to
goodness.
bludgeoning. All right, so that's the end of the centipedes.
May
Everyone,
the light smite you.
yeah. All right, so that's the end of the centipedes right now. But there are more things coming.
1,
So
2, 3, 4, 5.
this creature is
6.
going to be the first of the creatures to get to you eventually. It's going to be it won't be here at the top in 1 turn, but it'll be here in 2 turns for certain. That's what Skeggy can
The
assume.
first of the creatures?
Yeah, remember those other little swarms?
Yeah, okay, but there's only one of these big ones.
Yeah, but there are other creatures, but they move much slower. So
Okay.
there's more centipedes and this creature coming up the hill.
Okay.
And
All right.
I believe it would be Mohag's turn, so Mohag dismounts you and he'll move and get up there. I think it actually takes his move to get there. And then Eric, you're up, so I see you moved.
Yeah, I'll move up there, and then if we have the 2 turns, I'll go again. But if not, that's just my 30
You have a
feet.
full. So right now, everybody, move your token to where you'd like to be, and if you have any action to take, do it.
Is
from
there
that part
moonlight
back in
coming in the cave?
Just at this entrance, it doesn't permeate through
Gonna go
past the
there and
bottleneck.
tell,
Yeah.
Eric to come up.
Yeah, it doesn't
and
go.
Take the blessing of Hieronymus.
I was gonna say, from where we are now, can we see it coming up, or like how far forward in the cave do we need to be to see it approaching?
I'm going to use the wand of healing on Eric in the moonlight.
To be able to see it, you'd have to be like at the entrance where Skeggy is. But Skeggy would probably. I mean, Jeff, what do you say when the group gets to your back?
That is the big one down there.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
could get to
really?
here with 2 turns of.
Yeah, that's pretty much 2 turns movement for me is right there.
Yeah.
Okay. With a dash as well, or no?
Oh no, I guess I could dash. Yeah, you're right. That would put me right at the entrance to the cave then.
Well, I was hoping to get there and dodge.
Then you
assuming
can
that'd
do
be-
that. Yeah, you could get to that spot where you are and dodge. Yeah.
And then
if
if I
you want-
do, go ahead, Nate. Sorry.
No, if I get then I would assume I'd be in the front line and like, receive it coming into the cave essentially.
Go ahead. Step to the front.
Oh, I can move more than 2 turns worth.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. So
yeah,
no,
this
you
would be
not
where
able
I'd get to.
Yeah.
Is what
But
I'm
if
saying.
the first turn you
I'm,
did
I'm saying that
movement
to the rest of the party.
Gotcha.
The first turn I had to hit the thing
Got
off
it.
of you,
Yeah.
and then I moved.
Got it.
So this thing is going to go.
Wait, I was waiting to do. I didn't do my turn yet.
Everyone had one thing to do so far. So if you did one thing, you can move. Go ahead and place yourself where you'd like to.
I did 0 things because my rage is still important.
Oh yeah.
So I'm still where I was after I attacked and then moved. So I'm still
Yeah.
here.
Okay, go for it. Tell me what you'd like to do. I don't know if you'd be able to keep the rage up then, right?
That's what I'm going to try. But I have my movement to get here, and then I have my short bow, which has a 320-foot disadvantage range.
If I'm not mistaken, it's got to be like a strength attack. It can't be a dexterity thing.
Yeah.
And I also don't know if you can do a range attack. Like throwing a hand axe or something. I don't know. Let me
It says
see.
if you haven't attacked. The rage ends early if you're knocked unconscious, or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature, or taken damage since then. My 2 ideas were to flop over the edge of the cliff, just like jump, and take damage when I hit the ground to keep it going. And my other one was At least it's not as it's written. That doesn't mean I don't play a barbarian. It's my first barbarian.
You're right. I'm just looking at it as well, and it says if you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn or taken damage since then. So yeah, I guess you could.
Yeah, I don't know if
So-
anyone else has. Yeah, that's how I read it.
Go for it then. Make an attack with the bow. Skeggy, you can also make an attack because it would be your turn again before the creature gets there.
Okay.
How
I'm
far
gonna,
away is it, by the way? Because I'm gonna have disadvantage, right? It's more than 80
It's
feet.
more than with this at this turn it would be 100 feet away.
Short turn, right?
I'm going to insightfully fight against it
Okay.
before I shoot. So I'm going to make an insight roll against its deception. 10.
And its deception is a 7.
Wait, did that work?
It worked. I rolled a 7.
Oh my god, that's never happened before. Okay, so I will now shoot it. Again with the crossbow. This time I will get my sneak attack, but I don't have advantage.
Okay, gotcha.
Hey.
Nice shot.
Okay, so that's a 22. 13 total.
Very nice.
And I still have one more. I could still move.
Yep. So I'm just gonna move the creature. So the creature's gonna ascend. It has a climb speed and it doesn't seem to be slowed down by the steep cliff face. It goes up 60 feet. It is within. Yeah, it's within 40 feet of you now. All right. So 40
Okay.
feet. I'm gonna place it right here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 would be just at the edge of the map. So I'm going to place it like here, and you know it's got 10 additional to get to you.
Okay.
Right.
For the last thing I want to do on my turn is I'll just shift with my movement to right there to make a hole for.
That makes sense. Yep. And now, am I correct in saying that everybody else at this point has taken 2 turns to get where they are?
I have not.
Okay. You've taken 1 turn to get there?
I've taken 1 turn. Yeah.
Okay. How'd you get there so quickly? Weren't you far away?
I did a double.
Double? Okay. All right. Cool.
Well, hold on. I was here.
Wait, didn't you say? Oh, have you
5,
healed?
10, 15, 20,
Eric
25,
yet?
5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah.
20. Oh, I would be there.
Okay. Yeah, I would say it doesn't look too far off. All right. So Skeggy, you have a question?
I thought that Chris mentioned using the wand to heal.
Yeah.
her.
So with my other turn, I'm gonna step up and use the wand on Eric.
Oh, on Eric. Okay, gotcha.
He got hurt, right, for 11.
He did. Yep.
So what does the moonlight bonus do?
Yeah, in the moonlight, it's going to, you can, we said use an extra upcharge for free once a day, as long as it's in the moonlight. So you can, so cure, do you have the cure wand stat?
It casts no, but
Wand of cure. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you right now. So here is
1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier.
That's the spell.
that's the spell, yeah.
Item do.
Here it is. This is not it, actually. Hold on. It's 6 charges, and it does a d8 for each one. You expend 1 action to use the Cure Wound spell. It regains a d6 plus 1 charges daily at dawn, and if you use up all your charges, there's a chance it could be destroyed.
Okay.
So it's 6 charges, and you could upcast for free once per day to make it a second 2d8, basically.
Do that. So here we go. Well, you get 5.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go. All right, so that's the end of your turn, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now we go to that's the end of the round. So that's everyone's had 2 turns, correct?
Technically, I only had 1, but I think I made a small mistake. I don't know how much you want to make it slow down.
No, it's fine. We're good.
Cool. So I dropped my sword and shield. I picked them back up. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So you're gonna would you have ran out of rage then or no?
No, I would have still been able to attack as long as I could have attacked from 5 feet behind, technically.
Okay.
So I had more than enough range, I was thinking. So that also means now I'm going to have picked them up with an action and use my movement to move forward a little bit further out of the cave.
Oh, you want to go bring the fight to it?
At
Okay.
least 1 space, yeah.
So on its turn, it's going to move closer and double move to get to you. So you could on your turn, you're the first person in the round
I
card.
am the
You
first
can
person.
you could go first, but it's gonna get to the mouth of the cave. It's gonna spend its turn to get there.
Perfect.
Actually, no. You know what? It will get within 10 feet of it. It actually doesn't need to use all of its movement, so you would have to come out a little bit. So let me just do its turn because it's gonna go last in the order. So let me just move it. It's gonna go to here, 10 feet away from the mouth of the cave. It goes up 30 feet, crawling with its climb speed. And then the people at the front of the cave would have been Karg, Barak, Skeggy, and Eric. Sounds right?
I want revenge. This is something I've fought before. Something I'm very curious in.
I think you get to make a saving throw here.
It's going to go for, let's see, Skeggy, you actually probably can't be seen because you stepped to the side. So let's go with, Eric. Yeah, Eric was at the closest before you moved, Karg, because I think, Karg, you'd have to be back the one spot where you were, right? You didn't go yet for your 3rd time, right?
No, this is where I was after my first time.
After your first time. Okay, so you're going to second time's going to be moving out to here.
Yeah,
But then you'd have to attack it again to keep your rage going, right?
correct.
Okay, so do another short bow attack then.
I don't have any disadvantages this time.
No, you wouldn't have disadvantage this time.
Saying that out loud. 13.
That's not going to hit, but you will keep your rage up. All right. All right. So then the creature will just pick you. Car, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Hey, happy.
Nice.
Not bad.
15. You know what this is. This creature has done this to you before. It's paralyzed you with its sort of like its mind controlling powers. So you're able to withstand it. You were able to withstand it. The creature used its move and then did that action, and now we go to top of the order, which would be Karg. Again, this is a brand new round. This is after everyone's had 2. We go to you. And Skeggy, you're on deck.
Okay.
Running up. After I had picked up my longsword. And that 10, I'm going to use one of my lucky die.
Ooh.
To
Getting fancy
re-roll
here.
that.
Getting fancy here.
I want revenge. This is important.
Oh, well spent die.
Well done.
23. Assuming that hits. They've been quiet.
Yeah.
Ugh. Still rolling a 1, though. That'd be a 6 slashing damage.
6 slashing. Okay, gotcha.
And now my explosions will go off. There's only one enemy, right?
There's one enemy, yep.
That's 6. Whatever we said it was, acid or necrotic damage.
No, it's going to be bludgeoning. It'll be regular type of damage.
Okay, bludgeoning.
Yeah, so these like pods or pustules, spores, some sort of disgusting, gross mutation
Zits
pops off of
popping.
your body. Yeah, these zits pop off your body.
Definitely
Hardened
zits.
balls of pus.
Yes, that's what they are. And they pop out. And it's going to hit it for, what'd you say, 6 damage?
Yes.
Okay,
4
gotcha.
plus the proficiency.
Okay, and then we go to Skeggy and Barrack on deck.
Can I see it without moving?
I would say so. Yeah, I think you could trace a line from the corner of
Okay.
your edge
All
to
right.
it.
Then
Yeah.
I will steady aim, so I'm not moving, so I will have advantage on the attack. I have already incited it. That stays in effect, so I've got an advantage shot, and I will get my sneak attack.
Perfect. Go for it.
The first one was no good. The second roll is a 20.
Nice. Perfect. That'll hit.
The damage is total of 8.
Oh, yeah. Total of 8.
And I don't get to move because I use steady aim.
You steadied your aim and you hit true.
I'm
All
done.
right, Barrack and Mohag.
Barrack says, "Don't leave me out, friend," as he charges in, swinging his warhammer. Oh, I do not have advantage for any reason. It's a
No.
hot 10.
Okay. 10, hot 10's not going to hit. If it was a
Bummer.
hot 11, maybe, but not a hot 10.
Bummer.
Is that like a cold 13?
It's like a cold 20, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
strongly
all those
suspect
summer
11
sweats are
would-
getting to Barrack.
The summer, you sun lover. Barrack, you get a sense of dread again as the centipedes, the creatures you remember in that dream that look so
yeah.
close to this. Give me a wisdom saving throw yourself.
All right. We got a 21 on the one that matters.
Very nice.
Ooh.
You are good. You're gold. These feelers, these antenna, are swinging around as you swung. One of them kind of grazed you as you went in for the attack, and it kind of sent a shiver down your spine. Okay, that's the end of your turn, right?
Yeah.
Mohag moves to there, and he will dodge. He looks at Skeggy as if this is the plan, right? Yeah, we dodge here. Yeah.
No, that wasn't the plan at all.
That's the plan. I know it. Seen Barrack do this many times. Eric Lavernus, you're up, and then Hieronymus.
I'm gonna try and blast the thing off the side of the cliff with a guiding bolt
Ooh, go ahead.
because these usually work out pretty well.
Guide that thing back to the ground.
That worked out really well for me. That's a natural 20 to hit.
Oh, buddy.
Wow.
Let's see, that's just a huge hit. It's 13 plus
No way. Plus 16?
I think if I'm
99,
reading that
baby.
right, it's the 1346,
Yeah.
and then the critical plus
rolled
the
it.
radiant is 16 more, so it's 29 damage.
29.
This is exactly what you did to the hobgoblin shaman.
This is exactly what I did.
You just abused him with the guiding bolt.
There's like 4 rounds of absolute trash where I can't hit anything, or I do like 2 points damage, and then just 1 where I just pop off.
Those weren't even like the best rolls, by the way. It was like a 2, a 3, a 5.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal.
Okay. All right, there you
So,
go.
29 points of radiant damage to it, and next person to hit it gets advantage.
You absolute monster.
Good for me.
Talk about the light of Hyperius.
Be the change, boys. Be the change.
Don't dream it, be it.
That's it. Everyone dreams of changing the world. No one dreams of changing themselves. Come on, we can do it.
Okay,
I'm
so
looking
that's
at the
Eric
man in the
Lavernus'
mirror.
turn, and we go to Hieronymus.
1, 2, 3. I'm gonna send Cockroach in to aid whoever, and I'm gonna blast him with another blast of Dragon Breath. And here's the damage.
Okay.
Roll it. 4, 6, 7 points. DC 14.
DC 14? No
Yep.
problem. Ain't no thing. Here it comes. That's going to be a 12.
Ooh,
7
light him up.
points of damage.
All right. That's all I can do. Yeah. All right. What's the total you said was 14? Sorry, 7?
7. Yep.
7. All right. Anything else from you?
That's all.
All right. The creature goes. Probably fine with where it is. Yeah, Karg. No, you know what? It looks at you, Karg. Doesn't seem to mind you too much. It's going to go with Barrack.
Shields up.
It likes Karg.
Yeah, kind of likes Karg, actually, looking at it now. Once it got close, it could really understand what's going on here.
Yeah. This little ball of chaos.
That's right.
It's like popping every once in a while.
All right, Nate, this thing attacks you with a 22 and a 13.
22 is good.
So you are grappled by the creature with that second attack.
Alrighty.
Give me a wisdom saving throw again.
Oh boy. Come on down.
Yeah.
13.
Nice.
13. Okay, so it's grappled you, and it's gonna bite down and do 10 with its mandibles. You're stuck there, but the antenna, they're like wisping around your face, and you get that chill again, and you try to fight it off, and you do. With a 13, you do.
Excellent.
All right.
I have to keep. I'm not like immune to this for 24 hours now. It's to keep doing this.
Immune to what?
Oh, like when you save against something. I don't know. Sometimes you're like immune to it for.
It does not
Wow.
say that in this effect,
Bummer.
so I don't think so. No, it would be
All right.
on the turns
Bring
that
it
it's
on.
next. Yeah, that it wants to do
Mandible.
it. You're next to it. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, that's the end of its turn. So it did 10 biting with the mandible, and it wisped you with its antenna. And then we go to Karg.
Alright. Car's gonna swing away. Seeing how it's attacking my partner here with its mandibles. I'm gonna try to slice one of those off. Ugh.
You have advantage.
Oh yeah, cockroach.
There's 2 advantages. There's the one from Eric, then one from Cockroach.
I wasn't sure if the one from Eric still lived because you attacked it with a saving throw, but yeah, cockroach. I know
No,
that's-
that would still count because that was a non-attack. Yeah.
Okay.
Brutal.
But did cockroach cast the spell, or did cockroach
Cockroach is aiding.
just aid it? Okay, gotcha.
Helping.
Yeah. So
Aiding whomever attacks the
Do
next.
those? Just wondering, Bob. Do those like they both have to be used on the next attack?
I mean, that's
They
kind of
have to
lame.
cancel
I
out.
would. It's probably the accurate way to do it, but
Okay, that'd be
it kind of
fine.
it does feel lame that you're Not getting it. But if Eric
Either
missed, then you would have gotten cockroaches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Oh, you rolled 7. Okay, sorry.
Karg's gonna miss pretty hardcore.
All right, Scraggy, you're up, and then Barrack on deck.
I'm still gonna have some zits popped, all right?
Yeah, you can roll it.
5 damage.
Okay, I'll take that. Go ahead, Skeggy.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing unless something's changed to make it less.
The cautious aim.
Yeah. This steady aim with the sneak attack bonus. But I have advantage. Second roll. Second roll's a 19.
Nice, steady aim coming through here.
9 points.
9.
Those are really
Jeff,
crappy
how
rolls.
do you kill the creature?
Nice.
Oh, wow. I just put a crossbow bolt right in one of its compound eyes.
There you go.
Heck yeah.
The creature slumps down, and since it was on the cliff face, it falls and starts to roll backwards, picking up steam as it eventually splats at the bottom of the cliff. Those centipedes that were coming, but slowly, the dozen or so other swarms, when the creature is splatted onto the ground, they take a brief moment and they kind of move around random directions before scattering off into the wilderness as insects do. And that's the end of the combat.
No, we want your experience. Come back.
All right.
All right, that's
I'm
the end of
assuming
the.
I wasn't grappled
combat.
when it fell off.
Surely it released you when it.
All right, so compose yourselves, discuss, and then we'll have something to tell you before we wrap up. But yes, talk, discuss. Some weird things have happened with all of you, and Karg especially.
Do we get any inclination that us crafting the wand has anything to do with those creatures showing up, or was it just like does it feel like a fluke circumstance?
You can give me an insight check.
I would love to.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's the second time.
That's kind of what I was looking for earlier in the fight. If I could help Eric.
I don't know anything about anything. I got an 8.
I could help you out, Eric.
I'm
The creation of the wand, you would probably... Well, I'll wait till you roll. Yeah. A 0 for Hieronymus.
What?
Are we
Barrack at
supposed to-
21.
Okay. Are we all rolling an insight here?
You could
Well,
roll.
I
yeah.
was kind of looking for this earlier in the fight, so I felt
You
like
could
I
roll.
could help.
Yeah, go ahead. If you'd like to make an insight check, you can roll.
Sure.
Karg's interested. I mean, it's been kind of happening to him.
20 on Skeggy.
Okay. No one else is going to put 2 and 2 together, but Barrack and Skeggy, you feel like you've kind of got it pinned down here. The wand itself, the creation of the wand, should not have alerted these creatures to you. That you feel pretty certain of. But you do get the sense that those centipedes, though, were acting like some sort of a scout. Like they were able to commune with this thing at far distances, and they were able to kind of be controlled by it. So you get the sense that those centipedes were almost seen like they were going off looking for prey. More instinctual, more like they're being controlled to follow an instinct than the wand having anything to do with it.
So, yeah.
Did it seem like the location had anything to do with it? Do I feel like they were watching this cave in particular? Or were they looking for us in particular? Or were they just
because
randomly-
you saw them on the road before?
Yeah.
No, you don't think so. You think it's more primal than
Okay.
magical attunement or something like that.
Okay, so they're just creepy monsters that crawl around in the woods.
That's what you would think, but there's some sort of supernatural ability to communicate with the bugs. Like the
Right.
bugs are not supernatural; they're just centipedes. They're
Okay.
gross and nasty, but the other creature is otherworldly.
But no sense that they're like particularly looking for us, except that we're just the hamburger on the table.
I'd say that's accurate.
Okay.
Seems like a bad coincidence these showed up. We're making the wand. Let's get out of here.
Literally anywhere else but here.
Yeah.
Let's
At
head
least
back
in the
to
caves, we have a better
Global
defense
cave.
strategy.
All right.
I don't know if I
Cool.
want to travel by this moonlight.
Moonlight's fine.
I'm
I'm happy to,
Sunlight's
yeah.
day.
No, I'm happy to
Same as
go
Wednesdays.
anywhere else. That was
Dawn's
more for
light,
aesthetics.
we should go back to the kobolds.
Let's go back and see our buddies. I mean, I'm starting to get used to that jerky they have. It's pretty good.
You don't want to know what it's made of.
I think it's squirrel jerky.
The old long pig trick.
Go with that.
Yeah, might as well go there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, we have to finish the caves.
Yeah.
We know that
let's
we
go.
have stuff to do in the caves.
Yeah.
So we'll head back that way.
Yeah, I don't know where else we could go.
there are
Still
only
can't go
two
back to the caves
choices.
if we're wanted.
Yeah, we've
We have-
burnt
we have to
down
hit
every
the-
other place we could go, and
I mean,
We gotta-
I for one am super curious about whenever we end up going back to the keep. Don't think it's happening anytime super soon, but I'm
We
real
go back. We're
curious.
bringing back those 2 shifting criminals that are being held in the Hobgoblin Cave right now.
Yep.
Because if we go back, I'm not going back to jail. I'll put them back in jail, but I'm not going back to jail. I'm too pretty for jail.
Hey,
And you look good.
we're in the clique
with
together.
anything you wear.
We
I don't know.
We
A few
both know we're
people
too
saw
handsome
under
for
your
it.
frock today. Are you sure you're that pretty?
I'm sure of it. If anything, I'm prettier. Everyone likes a little bad boy.
All right, Harry Styles.
Harry Styles qualifies as a bad boy, but I'm flattered all the same.
And
Oh, you
Sheeran.
spit on Chris Pine, so
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Google it. It happened.
No, I remember the news story.
Oh, that's right. You're a lumberjack. You would have heard about that.
Oh yeah, it was big news in the nursery that day.
Poor saplings.
talk about Whispering Woods, huh?
You're telling me.
All right. So we're gonna stay here tonight, and at dawn's first light, we're heading back to the Kobold Cave. Is that the
No,
summary?
we're going to Cobalt
I
Cave.
think we're going right now.
Let's
Oh,
go
in the
right
middle
now.
of the night we're going?
Yeah, that'll give us better cover.
Uh,
We know the way.
Of course, has dark vision.
This is the way.
It's
Who
bright
needs dark
moonlight.
vision? Me and
Right,
my
moonlight.
I see perfect.
I
Yeah.
get Skaggy
Okay.
the wand.
Let's go for it.
Okay. So the plan is to pack your things, head for the cave, the Kobold Caves. Definitely don't want to be in the Whispering Woods any longer than you have to.
Right.
No.
Okay. One thing I need to do.
Did you hear that, Skaggy? I gave you the wand.
Oh, thank you. No, I didn't. I'll note that. And it's down 1 charge right now,
Yeah, it's got 5 right now.
but it'll get back at dawn anyway. Oh,
We
hey,
really-
flavor idea. What if this thing actually recovered its charges with the moonrise instead of sunrise, dusk?
I'm happy with, happy to do that instead of in the morning, it's at night it recovers.
Yeah,
Sure, happy to do
Okay,
that.
that
That does
wasn't
actually
it.
sound pretty flavorful, yeah.
we'll flavor this baby up.
Mm.
Yeah.
How do I put this on this?
Just the right amount of saffron.
The right amount of saffron.
American
We do
there.
mommy.
So you're gathering your things and you're heading to the cave. I would say as you're approaching the ravine of the Caves of Chaos, which has, funny enough, become your new keep on the Borderlands. Hieronymus. A voice comes into your head, immediately recognizable. Decario the Wise. Give me an Arcana check.
Hmm.
Is that a
25?
25?
Mhm.
You recognize this spell. It is sending. A message appears in your head. You know what this means. He's basically decided to send you this message. You recognize who it's from. He knows that he's contacting you. And after the message, you can act immediately to send him back a message, 25 words or less. And then this connection will be severed. If you don't respond immediately, you will not be able to send a message.
Okay.
Here's what he says to you. Hey,
1 word.
Xander threatened me. Headed south. Looking for someone. Something. Readying adventure party. I have a book. Find it under my liquor cabinet. Idiots. And that is where we're going to end it. What do you want to say back to him?
We'll start with that next time.
Nope. Chris?
Understood, you dolt. How did you become a wizard at all with your
Win friends
inept
and influence people by her
ability
massage.
to cast spells? How many words was that?
22?
20, I don't know, whatever.
We're on it.
Nice.
25.
And that is where we're going to end it. Thank you for watching. This was a fun one. We got a nice, cool little homebrewed creation. And I'm sure that this will come in handy in the late stages here in the game as everything is becoming a bit more dangerous in the Keep on the
Everything always
Borderlands.
does.
Everything always does. Don't forget to like this video. I think actually one thing I wanted to remind some of the people who watch and watch us live, I love that you watch us live. But you know what we should actually be doing too? At the end of it all, once the stream is over, comment on the actual video. Doesn't matter what, but that'll help, I think, get this out to more people. So a comment, a like in the actual video once it's posted. Do that for me if you can. I think that'll get, like I said, more reach. And we've got lots more coming on the channel. Finale of Spelljammer next week. Keep on the Borderlands next week as well. Continuing that. And then we do some funky stuff in February. So be here for that. Everyone, anything to say for you all?
No.
Night.
No.
It gets better. We'll see you next week.
Let's
See
show
you
those
next
buttons.
Chaos.
Yes, Open D&D linked below for in description for that information. But yeah, Open D&D.
Sign the petition.
Sign that petition. All right, everybody.
Cancel your D&D Beyond.
Yes, well, not that I would tell you to do anything, but do it. We'll see you soon. See you on the tabletop.
Bye.